Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Backfire Simsport TV. I'm Clyde Whiting, and tonight we are back in Racetech V8ESC action, live with rounds 1 and 2 from Hockenheim in Germany. In the booth with me tonight, I have Mr. Pete Bingham. Good evening.
Good evening, Clyde. Good evening, everybody.
I have Mr. Bill Switzer. Good evening.
Good evening, Clyde. Good evening, everybody.
And on the cameras, as usual, is Mr. Sam Boozin. Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
So, gentlemen, back in V8 action. It's been missing for a while, but we got it all together. We got it on the table, and now it's time to rock and roll. We have I believe, a 23 car grid. Maybe 24 now, not quite sure, can't count. Bill, I'm going to ask you first. Obviously, you've signed up for the series, but you're not racing tonight. Did you just not fancy the track or not get any time for practice?
I have to be honest with you. With the practice I was doing, I'm way out of practice, worse than usual, which is really bad. I practiced a little bit, and I would have been a log in the middle of the road. So I've kind of changed course a little bit, too. I got some personal stuff going on, so I'm going to do some selective racing in V8s this year, not the whole schedule. So I kind of copped out. I was going to do the whole thing, but not up to it at this point. But we're going to work on it a little bit, see if we can get back in there.
So guest appearances only from Bill. Pete, now it wasn't that long ago that we was racing at Hockenheim. We saw that the hairpin could be a little bit naughty. We know what these cars are like for wagging the tail. What are you expecting tonight?
Well, just before I start on that one, I've been looking forward to this since the last race of season 9. It's been too long, and it's brilliant that we're back in these cars. Good that we're in these cars at Hockenheim as well, a new track for a new season for iRacing at least, and I think this is going to be fantastic. This car is an untamed beast, so I wouldn't reserve any incidents just for the hairpin. This one can bite back at any point. We've not driven it for quite a long time. I do miss driving it. Sam said it before we started broadcasting, and I agree with him entirely. It's just such a fun car to get really frustrated with, which is my experience of the car. But these guys that are on track at the minute, all very experienced. Bit of tail waggy from Greg Carr there. And I think this is going to be excellent racing. We've got some really fast guys in here. Chris Jackson's lightning quick as normal. Richard Alsop, who used to race for another team, is now a privateer, and then you've got all the other Never Quit Racing boys facing off against the likes of the Hoffmans of this world. So I think it's going to be a massively interesting race. We'll see what happens, but I think we're going to be fully entertained tonight.
Yeah, and season 9. Obviously, Johnny Brandon took away the championship, but he's not signed up for this season, so we're going to have a different champion. As with you, just looking down the list of names, we can spot quite a few fast drivers there already. Some new names to us as well, especially in V8s. Kenzie Newhoff. Not seen him drive before. Bob Woodhouse. Who else have we got there? David Alonso. I've not seen before. Stefan Deck. The rest of them I believe I've seen before, but not necessarily in this car. So we are 11 minutes into the 30-minute qualifying session. Chris Jackson currently leads the way with Richard Alsop second and Tony Kloosterman in third. So, Bill, do you think these drivers will be suffering from a bit of ring rust, or do you expect the hard charging racing action to start from corner one?
That's pretty hard to say. And one thing I noticed too is we have the return of Stephen Phillips, who used to race with us a while back.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it? That's brilliant.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a tough question, Clyde. I think I feel a lot of fervor. I've been in contact with a few of these guys going back into this, and they're really excited to get back. So I don't know whether the enthusiasm is going to overwhelm the skill. I'm not quite sure yet. But I think we're going to have a mixed bag. I think the typical guys that are good at this are going to be good at it. It's just, that's the way it works. And I don't recall Marco Lewert. I'm not sure if he raced V8s with us or not. I don't remember. We did.
Yeah,
Okay. I'm sorry. I've kind of forgotten that. But, a lot of...
hurts my eyes.
What hurts your eyes?
That paint.
Oh, yeah. It's like the Twilight Zone. But I see Greg Carr's back with us again, too. He was kind of absent for a while. That's interesting. Okay. Anyway, I don't really have a good answer for you, Clyde. I think it's going to be kind of a mixed bag. We're going to have some fender benders. We're going to have some getting together, but the ones we're familiar with that are good are going to prevail to the top.
And for those that have either not seen us before with this series or have totally forgot what it's all about because it's been that long, tonight we've got 2 rounds. So we've got a 30-minute sprint race. After that, there will be a short break whilst we set up the second server. We will have a random top 10 done with Sam's super duper spinny wheel that we hope is going to work. And then we will have a 1-hour feature race. Now, the cars are limited to 75% fuel, so there shouldn't be any pit stops in the sprint race, but there certainly should be in the feature race. Now, Pete, Tyler Newitt is in this. And we've seen, up until Wednesday, we saw Tyler Newitt be the new master of fuel saving, and then he got out-Tylered on Wednesday. Do you think that's going to come into it with these cars?
I don't think so. As Johnny Brandon alluded to in one of the races, fuel saving's good as long as other people don't do it as well as you. And if you can drive significantly faster than everyone else and get yourself more than a pit stop's worth of track between you and them, then it kind of nullifies it. And we've seen the undercut effect, the Marco Nemela effect on these cars before, as opposed to the fuel saving effect, the Tyler effect. So I'm going to say no, not for this track. I think for one of the other ones where fuel saving becomes more of a feature, like the endurance races that we do, then yes. This one, maybe not so much, but I've been wrong before, probably about everything. So let's see what happens. I think fuel pit windows is probably more the point. So how do you split your race up? I have some insider knowledge, but I'll let you in on that later. You've probably got the same insider knowledge, to be fair. So
no, I haven't got any. Nobody talks to me.
Well, there is a reason for that, but we won't go into that right now. I mean, that's too deep.
So, coming up on 16 minutes into the qualifying session, I'll tell you what, guys. Let's put ourselves on the spot, shall we, before the season starts? Let's go to Bill first. Who's going to be the champion at the end of the season, Bill?
I think it's going to be Tony Klusterman this year.
Okay. And Pete, what about you?
Well, I've seen 2 other names that have signed up, and they're not here. And if those names had been here, I might have chosen one of them. I might have been tempted.
What, Bill Switzer?
Yeah, Bill. That was
the
the top of my list. He's written himself off right there.
Knob of the year.
Oh dear, that's funny. I think Richard Allsop is going to top the pile by the end of the season. I really do. He's shown class in the last, 3 seasons before this, but always been like a sub-bridesmaid or whatever you want to call it.
That's
Maid of honor.
That's a good choice.
And I think he's gonna be steady enough and not crashy enough to put himself out. And I think he'll finish in really good positions all season. May not win every race. He'll win some, I think, and I think he'll be top of the pile come the end of the end of the season.
You know, Pete, to add to yours a little bit, he drove in the shadow of Marco Nomello, which was kind of tough. You know, when he'd do real well, Marco would win, of course, by 40 seconds or something. So, I think you picked a good one there.
And what about you, Sam?
Yeah, I was gonna pick Rich as well for the same reason as Pete. He's been, under the shadow of Marco, and I think he's a great driver. So I'm gonna bet on him. We'll see.
Okay.
What are you going for?
I'm going to agree with Bill and go with Tony Klusterman.
We're divided.
Purely because you can guarantee Tony will turn up at every round. And he will
You heard
be
it here. You heard it here first, Tony.
Consistently up there. There's plenty of drivers in this that can be quicker than Tony, but whether they can be quicker than him consistently, I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, Tony's a top 2 or 3 guy probably all the time, unless something really bizarre happens. And I'll tell you, he was so disgusted with his performance the last season that we were operating that I know he's really determined to do much better. So I think he's going to do it this year.
Well, he's going to have to get his finger out in qualifying because he's still only third.
Yeah, well, that's still not bad.
Only.
Anything I've ever been third in is a 2-car race, so hey, good for him. I don't know, Pete. After your performance that I saw on the screen of you with third place, God, that was unbelievable. You ought to go back in these. You'd probably be a killer in these now.
Nobody knows where that came from, and I'm the least person who would know.
You were like an out-of-body experience. It was unbelievable.
I don't think you'll see a repetition at Nürburgring.
Come on now.
Honestly, it's just, oh dear, painful.
Gary Craig, are you listening?
He is as well, I think, somewhere. So, at the minute, we've got Chris Jackson top of the pile. In qualifying, your provisional pole man. Then we got Richard Allsop, thinking man's favourite. Then Tony Klusterman is third. Jamie McKnight, his teammate, is fourth. Greg Carr, their teammate, is fifth at the minute. And then Kenzie Newolf for Team Down Under is in sixth. Ant Woodward for Never Quit Racing is in seventh. You can have up to 4 people in your team, can't you, Clyde? But you only get points for the team for the top 2, is that right?
Yes.
Yep, just checking my understanding of the rules still count. Then on screen is our very own BSTV boy, Tyler Newitt. So we saw his inset picture as his camera, where he's got 3/4 of the screen showing the ceiling of his room, and just the brow of his head is visible. And then Jamie Wilson, who I had a proper good fun ding-dong battle with at... can't even remember where the hell I was now.
Flip Island.
Oh yeah, Flip Island. I have flipped at Flip Island before. The other night, so that was good fun.
There's some interesting inter-team battles, aren't there? So, Chris Jackson, Tony Klusterman, Jamie McKnight, Greg Carr, Ant Woodward, they can all beat each other on whatever race they feel like beating each other. We've obviously got the father and son duo of Andrew and Chris Hoffman. So I'm sure they'll be fighting over bragging rights.
Are they in the same team?
They are, yes.
Are they in team Christopher Hoffman?
They...
Oh dear. Funny.
There's Andrew Hoffman on the screen in his new livery.
We're going to have to get him into the booth and explain what Fletcher Jr. means.
That's
He's a singer, isn't he?
he's a recording artist in Australia.
All right, never heard of that one. And we'll have to get them both in together and ask what PSR actually is, or is it just that they want you to say it really quickly without saying the letters? Just say the word that they've created.
No, it's got something to do with parts. I don't know. I forgot what the.
Pit stop sim racing.
That's it.
There you go. Right.
But I think he wants you to say it like PSR. PSR.
There's the famous V8 switch going on behind Alistair Walker.
Oh,
I don't know
boy,
who
yeah.
it was. Was it Stefan?
I don't know the famous spool differential strikes
Yeah.
again.
You'll have to explain that because even I don't get it.
What, a spool?
Yeah. I'm not that technically minded, Bill. Go on.
It means a differential has usually a spider gears and stuff. So when you go around a corner, the inside wheel doesn't drive the same speed as the outside wheel. Otherwise, the tire will be burning up. But in a spool, what you have is one solid gear from left side to right side, so they both spin at the same speed.
I never knew that kind of technology was on anything, let alone.
Well, that's not really technology. That's something that happened. Actually, started on macadam racing in the United States. Well, actually, all the old cars had that, but it started in racing here actually. And don't ask me why they do that. I'm not quite sure that the reasoning behind it. I think it's so that things don't break, to be honest with you. But things are a lot more solid today than they used to be. So I'm not quite sure. It makes it very different. You know, it can really prohibit your handling. You know, it really can screw you up.
Informative, and I suppose that's why one of the key reasons why it's good to have you in the booth, Bill.
Yeah, that's not the technical. That's not an engineering degree talking or anything. But another thing too is, you know, if you have a normal differential without not a positive traction type differential, these cars, if you went around a corner, the light wheel the inside wheel would get light and it would spin and you'd have no traction at all. You know, you'd lose your forward bite. Whereas a lot of positive traction differentials aren't capable of. I mean, they work, but in racing conditions like this, where they're really being pushed, they don't work that well, except for a few, like a Detroit locker or True Lock. Those are two that, you know, you could hit them with an anvil and they would never break. But this has just been involved. You know, spool racing's been around for a long time, and just cars of what should I say, unsophisticated nature like these. You know, they don't have all the whistles and bells all the time.
No, these are a bit raw. These cars, aren't they?
Absolutely, yep. You know, they're basically, I mean, they're not road-going vehicles, obviously, but they're basically after a road-going vehicle. And, you know, the drivetrain, even though it's highly modified, is still basically the same. It's not like a Formula One car or a GT3 or any of those fancy cars. You know, it's not like that at all. It's totally different. Very raw and simple.
So, next question is, where's Mike Frost?
You know, I saw him talking about.
Yeah, he did tell me that he couldn't make this one.
All right, okay, fair enough.
Because he has teamed up with
Nikolai
Bogatiro.
Oh, good. Really?
That's what reminded me when Nikolai was on the screen a minute ago. And I looked down the starting list and there was no Mike Frost. But no, if he's not there, then that's understandable. It's fine.
I'm glad to hear that. That's good. I think Nikolai would be a good guy to be teamed with too.
Yeah, I remember when he first started, I was like, "Whoa, I've been crashed into by this guy too many times." And now, well, I say now, then he just evolved into a really reliable, always finished, was really quick, just a really capable driver in these cars, and it's a difficult thing to be capable in these cars, or I find it is. They are just brutal.
You know, you never see a DNF next to Nikolai's name, which is kind of amazing.
It is. It's very impressive. Right, I'll be back very shortly. Won't be a sec.
Cheers.
Okay, we are on board with Ant Woodward. Wagging the tail there.
I like how he does.
Yeah, this one's tight, isn't it? But not as tight as the hairpin.
Oh boy!
He's now going to run down to on the not so straight.
It's like a folded piece of paper down there. God, it's unbelievable how tight this next one is. I like how Ant Woodward does proper driving. He heels and toes. He uses his clutch on downshift, and I know he actually has a lever type shifter, so he does it the way they do it. The big boys do it.
Yeah, you know, running into the stadium section. Mind the curb on the inside on this one.
Well, that could pole vault you right into the grandstand there.
Take plenty on this one.
It's been nice and slippy through there, as you noticed.
Yeah, it certainly was, wasn't it?
Yep. It's easy to go off the outside here. Well done, he's not going to. Good job.
And this left can be nasty. It's one of those that goes on forever.
This little snake section's a bugger.
Yeah. And then he's got two rights. That one and this one.
And one more.
Just there.
Start finish coming up.
A lot of these cars look loose.
They like them tail happy though, don't they?
It's like like wrestling with an alligator. This car.
It's great until it kills you.
Yeah. Have you just done an onboard? Have you?
Yeah, with
Mr. Woodward.
To show his dancing feet.
Oh yes.
I was just mentioning while you were gone that he does it properly like the big boys do. Heeling, towing, and using the clutch on downshift. And I know he's got a lever shifter. It goes all the way. It's smart.
Twinkle Toes Woodward.
Yeah. I'm eating Parma violets.
I thought you was eating peanuts.
I was. Switch.
No. I've just had unicorn cake.
You've had what?
It's got real unicorns in it.
They must only grow in the UK. I've never seen them.
Okay, so checkers are out.
Anybody still on a lap?
Well, Richard Allsop got a purple first sector, but he's been off in sector 3, so...
Boy, those are some quick on this track, let me tell you.
Yep. When you look at the top two times, you think we're in for a horrific close battle. 138.04 and 138.05.
The first 11 cars are in the one. No, I'm sorry. The first. Gotta go. Wait a minute. What'd you say, Pete? The first 5 cars are in 138. That's amazing.
Well, there's less than a second between the first 7 cars.
And then we go down to the 14th position in 139s.
No times from either of the Hoffmans. We know Jarek Sabula has got technical issues, so I very much doubt he will make the starting grid.
Evening to Gary on the chat. And the reason that Hoffman's not putting a time in is because he's busy typing on the chat.
Yeah, so who else have we got? We've got James, our number one fan, is on the chat. Jamie McKnight is started on me already. Even into Ryan Walker, Stefan Goebel, and Hoff.
Good
Why is
evening,
Stefan
guys.
not racing, or is he? No, he's
No,
not.
he's not. No, he doesn't race these.
He was in the Nürburgring session that I put up today.
Yeah.
Actually completing laps. Can you believe that? People can actually complete laps around Nürburgring.
Marcus Bletch usually races with
gonna say,
Marco Loer in this.
It's funny you mentioned that. I was just going to wonder where he was.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe Marco Luert asked him, paid him to stay home so he wouldn't get beat by his teammate.
So we're not going to get long to get through these 25 names here, Clyde.
No, we're not, are we? Right, let's crack on then. So your pole man is Chris Jackson, Richard Alsop second, Tony Kloosterman third. Then we've got Jamie McKnight, Greg Carr, Kenzie Newhoff, and Woodward, Nikolai Bogotyrev, Robert Woodhouse, Tyler Newitt, Jamie Wilson, Marco Lewert, Stephen Phillips, Miro Hraski, Adam Wright, David Alonso, Demis Chiglar, Ben Cullen. Then we have Ivan Batmans, Luka Legjevic, Stefan Deck, Alistair Walker, Jarek Sebula won't be taking the grid, I don't think, and Andrew Hoffman.
And Chris Hoffman.
Yeah, why isn't he showing up on my grid? Is that because he's...
Because you're not very good.
No, he's just not showing up on my grid for some reason.
All right.
Okay, so
Andrew Hoffman's already stating he's going to die in the sim. That's brilliant. Ben Cullen says he can't wait for the hairpin lap one. I think the hairpin on any lap. Oh, we're going.
And we're away. We are away with round one of season 10. Plenty of tyre smoke.
Belt your stuff in, guys.
Oh dear.
Whoa.
Oh, cars everywhere at the minute. We'll have to have a look at that in a second.
Yeah, no
Probably gonna
idea.
be a few more here, too.
There. So, Tony, Greg, and Jamie have all jumped Richard Alsop there.
That's unusual. I think I might have cursed Richard.
Yeah, very bad start from Mitchell. I think wheel spin or something. We'll have a look at this after 2, 3, 4 laps. Mishaps that will appear.
Yep.
Well, we got 3 never quit racing cars up front.
Oh, there's a spinner.
Yeah, Richard Alsop just got that place back from Jamie McKnight.
Oh, dear.
Uh-oh.
Lots of people not able to get full control of the car. Jamie Wilson under pressure from Tyler.
I've been feeling these 2 guys are going to be hanging around together all race.
Yeah, I think Jamie's overtaken Tyler there somewhere.
Yes, he has.
So Richard Alsop now wants that place back from Greg Carr, but
He's
he's lonesome.
Yep, and he got tagged after he started to spin.
Yeah, lost the rear wing.
Well, lots of close racing already, and we're only 1 lap in. And from positions 2 to 5, it's an NQR train at the minute. There's an overtake from
That's Kenzie
Kenzie on Nikolai.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's a bit bumpy. Good save from both of them.
Yeah.
Jamie Wilson in the thick of it now.
Yeah, Nikolai got right out of that then, and Jamie Wilson and Tyler Newitt went past him.
3 wide.
Trying to make Kenzie the meat in the sandwich there.
Shut your eyes.
Yeah. And, oh, dear.
I think
I
Kenzie
think
backed out.
Yeah, he did well then,
smartly.
didn't he?
Yep,
Yeah.
did.
Nikolai doesn't want any part of this, does he? He wants to get get to the end.
And Marco Lewert side by side with him. Oh,
Yeah.
Whoa,
Oh,
Tyler!
Tyler.
Whoa!
I think he got tagged.
Yeah? Who by?
I think it might have been Kenzie.
He's just apologised, actually. The under braking. Ooh.
Yep,
Oh.
just got him in the backside. there a
Yeah.
little bit.
Tagged him on
Tyler
the corner.
managed to avoid everything.
There's no damage on the back of his car.
He just barely got touched.
Yeah.
But he was right on the edge of adhesion going in there, you know. It's not
Yeah.
doesn't take much.
Ooh. Nikolai and Marco getting on close terms there. This is Bob Woodhouse. Doing a pretty damn good job of keeping up with these fast guys at the front.
Almost looks like Marco Lewert's old paint job, doesn't it, a little bit?
I think it is.
What are you doing?
Yeah, Kenzie is a 4K iRacer, so
Whoa, okay.
it's, as Bill would say, it's definitely not his first rodeo.
No, definitely not.
Oh, brave!
Oh, Nikolai, hang
wild
on to it,
move there by Nikolai.
And it didn't really work. He's been tagged a couple of times there.
Yeah.
Some people are trying to scrape his paint off there.
It was brave.
Move. Richard Allsop making his way back through. No.
But with no rear deck on it.
Yeah.
Right, let's have a look.
Nothing to hang his laundry off.
So, we think Ben Cullen is involved somewhere.
He did end up at the back, but I didn't know whether that was just because he'd stopped.
No, it just kind of lost it.
Oh,
He didn't hit anybody.
Wow.
no! To be honest, that wasn't as bad as it looked. Was
No,
it?
he got that curve really kicked
Yeah.
his car up in the air.
He was up on two wheels, and I think David Alonso span in front of him.
Yep.
I'm amazed he didn't hit anything. Wow, that was close. So we got a replay with David Alonso.
Yeah. Ooh, did he jump the start then, or was that a fantastic start?
But pretty good to me.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah, but he may have.
He and who was that? Marco Lewert kind of got side by side there.
Yeah, but then he got straightened up by somebody else, didn't he?
Yeah.
And can we just have one last look at that one, Richard Allsop? Because he got mugged.
Sam is reading your mind. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. Hell of a lot of wheel spin, didn't he?
Yeah.
He got very tail happy immediately.
And there was a Racetech 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there for a second.
NQR.
NQR.
Yep.
Somewhere along the line, he lost the back end of his car, too.
Yeah, that's this one, and I'm sure this was all on his own. Yeah, and then he gets tagged there.
Yeah.
Right, so 7 minutes in. Hang on. Just when you think it's safe, we have a Hoffman spinning. Gets out of the way off the racing line. Well done.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got a
Ben
Ben
Cook.
Cullen spinning.
Yeah, but look at the state of his car.
He has no bonnet on it either.
Ooh, that's a bit sideways slidey. From, ooh.
And Jamie Wilson taking the scenic route.
Yeah,
there.
Jamie Wilson's lost a number of places there, which is odd.
So, 8 minutes in, we've got an NQR 1-2-3 with Chris Jackson leading the way, Tony Klusterman second, Greg Carr in third, another NQR driver, Jamie McKnight in fourth, and Kenzie Newhoff 14 down under in fifth.
Well, Bob Woodhouse is doing really well.
He is, yes.
Currently in 8th place.
And he's right up around the likes of Jamie Wilson and Ant Woodward there. Marco Lawler.
There's Tyler Newitt honing in on the back of Nikolai Bogatyrov. This is Greg Carr with Jamie McKnight.
He was looking at the back of Jamie McKnight, I guess, to go by.
Well,
Whoa!
That was Tony.
Who was
Tony
that?
Klusterman.
Oh dear.
Wow.
Red hot tyres for Tony Klusterman. That means that Chris Jackson has naffed off down the road for 6.5 seconds worth of lead now. Here we go with Tony. Just going to get slow mode. Oh, slow mode.
Said in practice, didn't I? There was a lot of people losing it there.
Yep. Stylish recovery, like. But
Yeah, immediately lit up the tyres, didn't he?
He wanted to spin all the way around.
I think he took about $75 off those tyres just by doing that.
Yeah, Tony, the gentleman that he was, I'm sure wasn't too gentlemanly when he spun around on his own.
Yeah.
Bet he wasn't happy. Ah, curb cam.
Curb
nice.
cam.
Oh, did you see that?
Yeah.
That is such an awesome
But
shot.
we nearly needed to move that curb cam out a bit then for Richard Alsop.
I mean, he's doing all right given the fact that he's got no rear spoiler.
Yeah. But we've seen, haven't we, that sometimes it just doesn't affect the car.
No.
Yeah.
Tyler, has he finally put that move there on Nikolai? No, that's still going on because
Whoa.
Tyler went sideways.
A little skittish there, yep. There's Stephen Phillips. He's in 10th place.
There's Bob Woodhouse.
Yeah, trying to put a move on Ant Woodward. I think he gets it
Done it.
done. Yep.
Bob needs a new driver's door, but nothing a bit of panel beating won't hurt.
So Richard Alsop's got past Tyler Newitt.
What's happened to Nikolai?
Little while.
Oh, in front of Tyler. And that is how Richard got past Tyler.
Yeah, it slowed Tyler down. Lucky he missed him.
Oh, and here comes Tyler. Oh, he's having a look. I think that was enthusiastic optimism. I think that you
that
call
was
that.
just a look, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
6
So-
different lines into that corner from everybody.
Yeah, Ant Woodward wants his place back. Jamie Wilson is now getting interested in Ant Woodward's position.
Yep.
And Marco Lawler is on the back of him with Richard Alsop and Tyler Newitt catching them all.
And that looks like Stephen Phillips. It is Stephen Phillips.
Yeah.
He's stealthing his
Sorry,
way
yeah,
into
it's,
there.
Stephen Phillips, yeah.
Yeah.
I've
He's
got
going to get...
Adam Wright crashed somewhere.
Oh. He's in the pits now. So it must have been a biggie. Okay. Oh, 2x2 into...
Richard Alsop inside of Stephen Phillips.
Oh, Richard Alsop's now in... Oh, I thought he was on the outside of Jamie then. I thought that's not going to work at that corner. And they fire down here to this next right-hander, which is quite quick.
Yes, it is. I think Richard's trying to stay in the top 10 right now for the shuffle, for the spin.
Evening to Wiz and Alex on the chat, who both look like they are Bob fans.
Well, he's doing extraordinarily well. He's just 2 cars in front of this at the minute. Makes you jump when he switches to that camera. Look at that! Proper freight train going through there.
Oh, yeah.
So, Jamie's looking on the inside of Bob at the moment. Tyler's doing an Exocet missile on Stephen Phillips. Didn't make that work. Stephen's got a good drive out of that
Richard
corner.
Alsop slips through again.
Got by Jamie Wilson.
Yeah. Nikolai around the outside here of David Alonso. I do like David's paint job. That's excellent.
Although Richard Alsop
Three wide.
Bob Woodhouse.
Uh-oh.
Stephen, is that Stephen?
Yeah, Stephen, and I don't
Tapping.
know. Was that Bob Woodhouse?
I think it
Bob
was.
Get a touch, or
Don't know.
I think Bob Woodhouse got loose. I'm not sure, but I think he kind of started to spin a little bit. Let's see,
Richard held him out, and then Jamie
no,
him.
Jamie got him a little bit.
Jamie got him.
And then he eventually got back on the track. So he's been in the action, Bob. Definitely.
Yeah, so Alex has said that they are Bob's teammates and the biggest fans.
Oh, cool.
We should have 3 in that team next time round then, yeah?
Yeah.
Great car, plugging along in 3rd place for Simability, and which is NQR.
Just for interest's sake, it says Bob drives for Concord Racing.
Concord Racing, okay.
Marco Lewert's done extraordinarily well. He's up 6 places from the start. And his car looks as good as it did when it rolled out of the showroom.
Yeah, which is surprising because we are over halfway.
Yep. A car that doesn't look too good at the minute, and certainly has never seen a showroom, is Richard Alsop's car, but it's going incredibly quickly at the moment. I mean, look at how much...
It's not slowing him down, is it?
It's really not. It's probably speeding him up. He's got no downforce. So he's in the Terravant Woodward now. There is an overtaking opportunity at the bottom of here, which he's not going to bother to take.
Well, Richard's pushing hard.
He really is, yeah. He's going to try the inside out going into the next right-hander. At the end of this short straight. That is a brilliant camera angle, that.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I thought we were on this one. He's not bothering there either, so he's obviously got a target. Is he going to wait for the hairpin, do you think?
Maybe coming onto the front straight. I'm not sure.
Well, it's here or nowhere. Yeah. Well, he checked out Ant Woodward's shopping.
He lost
in the
his
boot of his...
momentum.
Oh, that's wiggly. That's a badly behaved Mustang, that. Just crazy. He's dropped off the back of Ant Woodward. Ant's really got that section of the track fully sorted out. He's wide there, though. That's not going to help his cause.
Boy, Richard really charges those corners, I'll tell you.
He does, yeah. In the background, Tyler's on terms with Jamie Wilson at the minute.
There's an inset picture of half of Ant Woodward and his daughter Evie.
And went defensive there.
Yep. Has he managed to? Oh, there's all sorts going on. Cameraman doesn't know which one to choose.
That was Tyler making a move on Jamie, but overcooked it.
Yeah, and Jamie's got the preferable line into that corner there for the right-hander. Bob Woodhouse back up to where Nikolai is. Oh, that's wide from Tyler. And that's a slow-moving Ant Woodward in front. So he's obviously had an issue, maybe with Richard Allsop, or maybe he's just got his own lines wrong. But he's now in this train, and he didn't want to be here. He had a couple of seconds on these guys.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happened there.
Yeah, definitely.
Whoa!
Oh, he's all over.
Oh, there he goes.
And Tyler nearly lost it as well. Oh, that's nose into the wall, that.
Ouch.
Tyler's looking a bit wriggly as well. These cars are absolute beasts, aren't they?
Unless your name is Chris Jackson.
Yeah, and then you're 11.5 seconds down the road.
Yeah. Evening to Stacey on the chat. Right, this is what happened to Ant Woodward.
So he's gone down the inside here. And... he's hit that kicker curve. Yeah.
Could have done some suspension damage or something, maybe.
Yeah, because he had trouble into the next corner. We're about to see it now. And under braking, he went and the car flicked on him there.
Yeah.
So maybe he took damage off that curb, and then Tyler was sideways.
Interesting paint job on Alistair Walker's car.
It's a Mac. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it is.
Ivan Batmans has just said that he's got no brakes.
Oh!
Now, he didn't. His car didn't look like that when he started the straight.
Did it?
No. I'll be interested. See, looks like a lovely car. Yeah, all the panels facing in the right directions, all nice and clean, and then boom. Ivan Batmans with no brakes.
No boot lid, no spoiler.
And then loses control.
He was on the grass, weren't he? Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's right rear suspension damage on that. He did apologise immediately for what happened, Ivan, and I think he's about to cede the position again anyway. Tyler looking racy. He's given the position. Oh no, he hasn't yet.
And we got Ivan Batmans, the king of driving at night without his headlights.
Yeah, that was at Le Mans, wasn't it?
That was amazing.
Stealth car.
Too funny. Imagine tooling along at Le Mans, and all of a sudden, he's decided to go, what the?
There you go, he's given the position back now.
Yeah, he has.
Interestingly as well, Yarrick has just attempted a lap, so I don't know if he's trying to fix his equipment or just making sure he gets some points.
Be nice if we
He's
could
back
get
in the pits at the minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, if he's still trying, then hopefully he'll be here for the feature race. And hopefully these guys can sort their cars out for the next one, and we'll see less damaged cars. Although Richard Allsop's now caught Marco Lewertbill.
I know it. They've been going out of here a couple laps. He's come back up to 7th. Pretty good run. Boy, I'll tell you, without that spoiler on the back, he cruises through those corners. Unreal.
What?
He's looking. Oh, baby, look at that.
A crazy amount of late braking.
That was nice. That was a nice move. Wow.
That's fantastic.
So Kenzie Newhoff is his next victim, target.
And he's not far down the road from him. We should really show Chris Jackson is actually in this race, because we've not actually seen him on track.
Who's that?
Yes.
I don't remember that name, you know.
We're not showing it because we know it's a ringer in the car.
And
know
if
it's
we show
Mary and
him,
not Chris.
he's gonna crash.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, there he is.
There he
Hey,
is.
Mary. Is that Mary? Am I
I
right?
think,
Is Mary driving
Jackson.
today? Yeah.
Yeah,
Mary.
totally. We should just call him Car 11, shouldn't we? Because there's no guarantee of who he's actually driving.
Yeah, we just say Jackson. We can't be wrong then.
Yeah.
Doing a great job so far. Wow.
Yeah, we got just over 6 minutes left of the sprint race.
I mean, Car 11 has now got a 13.5-second lead.
There you go. That's corrected in the timing. It's no
Oh.
car 11. Have I spelled 11 right?
Yeah, Car 11 is leading the race. Excellent stuff. Jamie McKnight is in second.
Oh, he nearly went.
Oh dear. Oh, here we go. Richard Allsop has now caught Kenzie.
Boy, Chris Car 11 almost undid his lead, didn't he? Wow.
Yeah, get his name right, Bill.
Sorry, yeah. I thought it was Chris Jackson. Sorry.
Oh, look at how tight Richard Allsop takes those last two corners.
I know it.
Everybody else rolls it through. He like kind of turns it, points it, and fires it off down the
There he
road.
goes.
This looks like a done deal.
Not quite, because Kenzie's got the better line through there. It's almost like Richard's trying to put him off. Whoa.
Jeez.
He locked up his front left tyre then. Whoa! Little nudge going around the corner. Let him know he's there.
Oh, I think he knows he's there. Up on two wheels too. Wow.
4.5 minutes.
Yep.
Here's where he does it. Inside shot. Look at this. Here he comes.
That seems to be his weapon of choice, that corner.
Yeah, but
He's not done it.
Yeah, Kenzie's fighting him off.
Go on, Kenzie. I'm changing my vote to Kenzie to win this. Round the outside,
Yeah, Kenzie obviously went defensive into the hairpin.
And that doesn't always help you, does it?
It
Because your
doesn't,
drive
but-
off is bad. There's Tyler. Ooh, gee whiz. On Stephen Phillips.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tyler's having some traction issues, shall we say?
Yeah, that's an understatement.
Ooh.
Whoa! That's brilliant. Oh, well done, boys. Don't ruin it by crashing, will you?
Yeah, for Tyler, you know, is involved in a lot of things. Like he run all of our leagues, I think, and we've got the Nürburgring Endurance Championship as well tomorrow. And yeah, Richard went a bit wide.
Richard Allsop got the job done and then run wide.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Tyler's driving a whole bunch of cars in the leagues that we feature. And that can't be easy because they're all different, and this is probably the most beastly of all the vehicles that we drive.
Plus, he's working on setups for everybody and all that other
Yes,
stuff.
yeah. And Tyler does the paints, and he's changed the current paints, and they look fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, they look a lot better. I agree.
Here we go again. Richard Allsop versus Kenzie, round 2. Ding ding!
Hey, Richard's determined to get by him. Wow. And well, we got maybe another couple laps to do it, possibly.
2.5 minutes.
Sail it round the outside of here. Oh no!
Look at this. Jeez.
He's trying to get the optimal line through the hairpin. He liked the smell of it the first time round, and he's having another go at it now.
No, ain't gonna happen.
I think he's got the traction. I think he's going to have this.
Well, maybe. He's got him.
Oh, Tyler.
Nikolai just ducked under him.
Yeah, locked up the fronts there. I don't know whether he's got too much brake bias one way or the other. I'm not sure. Might be to do with that shunt from earlier.
Ooh, David Alonso's just gone round in the background.
Oh, I didn't see that. Here he is. And here is... Oh, his right front is absolutely smashed. And that's what we've seen a lot of drivers do so far today. He recovered it well, though. That was good.
So great car, Jamie McKnight.
Yeah. And then Tony. Oh!
Whoa!
Oh, that was Tony.
That was Tony, and who'd he run into? Was that Hoffman? One of the Hoffman?
No, I don't know.
Did you see that again?
Is that Kenzie he hit? No, I don't know.
I don't think
I think it was a lapped car, actually.
It's one of the Hoffmans.
It's one of the Hoffmans.
I don't know.
Who were trying to get to pit road?
I don't know.
This battle's going to the end.
Oh my God! Look at this.
It really is.
Coming after him.
Oh, go on, Kenzie.
Yeah.
Oh, oh.
Oh, this is why I love V8s. He's got damage, Kenzie, on his left rear.
Yep.
And these cars are so easily affected by damage, Bill.
They sure are. How can you not like this stuff? This is amazing.
Oh, it's just amazing, isn't it?
Is Chris
Johnny Brandon on the chat.
Hey, Johnny.
Can you return the trophy, please, Johnny?
No, one more lap, I think.
Yeah, I think he just got across the line, didn't he, car 11?
Yep, he has. We've got one more to go. Oh dear. Miro's got half a car. I'm sure that's cheating.
The Miro's car is a mess, isn't it?
Oh, he's been through the battle, hasn't he?
Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, where does Johnny have to post the trophy back to?
Oh, Marco Lewert in the pits.
Oh, goodness.
Did he under fuel? I bet that extra lap
What do you think?
could cause chaos.
Oh dear. And you do run these cars right to the very breath of getting over the line, so yeah. Why has he popped up for tyres?
There he goes. Flash. I don't know why it went up in the air so quick. Look at this. Look at
Still
this.
here.
Wow.
Oh, this is good racing though, isn't it?
Oh.
It's fantastic.
Door to door, isn't it?
Yeah.
Johnny Brandon said he's got withdrawal symptoms.
Your fault, Johnny. You should have been in it.
Whoa, God.
Oh, come on.
I gotta do a holy mackerel for Jamie Wilson. There we go.
Yeah, do it. Honestly, these two.
Chris, car 11 comes over the line to take the win.
Whoa!
Whoa, jeez.
That was amazing.
That's through the stadium. You know how hard that is to do?
That's
Jamie
bonkers.
McKnight comes home second. Greg Carr third. Tony Klusterman is just in front of this battle, coming home in fourth. Richard Alsop with a fantastic recovery drive with half a car.
That was that. Sorry.
Kenzie Newhoff comes home in sixth. Sorry. Jamie Wilson 7th. Stephen Phillips in 8th. Nikolai Bogotyrev in 9th. And Tyler Newitt gives himself a chance in the reverse grid by coming home 10th.
Yep, we got Robert Woodhouse in 11th. Anthony Woodward, 12th. David Alonso in 13th. And Marco Lewert in 14th after an unscheduled pit stop. Alistair Walker in 15th. David Titcheller. Titular, thank you. I'm sorry, David. 17th is Andrew Hoffman. 18th, Miro Frasky. And I don't know what model he's driving. Anyway, I'm not sure what that is. 10th is Ivan Batmans. What the heck was that? Jeez.
What is he doing?
What the heck was he doing?
Yeah, I think Ben is crashing too many cars for BSTV. We're gonna have, this is too much.
Should we do the official results then, Clyde? Do you want me to do it?
I'll let you do it because I'm going to start setting up the next session.
Okay, we won't hear from Clyde for a while. So your winner tonight was Car 11 for Never Quit Racing. Second is Jamie McKnight. Also, for Never Quit Racing, there's a feature here. Greg Carr for, you guessed it first, that team in third. Tony Kloosterman in fourth for the same team yet again. I would get bored if I said it that many times. Richard Allsop with half a car finished fifth after a fantastic recovery drive. And after battling Kenzie Newolf for Team Down Under for about 1 million laps, who finished sixth. Seventh was Jamie Wilson, who was right in the thick of it for Team Chimera. And then Stephen Phillips on his return to V8s in 8th place for Dashdown Racing. 9th was Nikolai Bogatyrov for Don't Bug Me Racing. And 10th was Tyler Newitt for BSTV Esports Green. Then we had Robert Woodhouse, and his entire fan club is in the chat at the moment for Concord Racing. Then Ant Woodward, another Never Quit Racing finish there in 12th. David Alonso in 13th. Marco Lower in 14th for VTS Esports. 15th was Alistair Walker for CSR. Another Team Down Under driver, Demis Tiglia, in 16th, or Tigchalar, sorry. I said it right for you, Bill. I said it wrong for me. Terrible. Andrew Hoffman finished 17th for PSR, and Miro Hrasky finished 18th for PCS.
Luka Lujivic in 20th for Paceworks Esports. 21st was Ben Cullen, BSTV Esports, yellow. 22nd, Stefan Deck, Herzog Motorsports. 25th, Adam Wright, BSTV Esports, green. And Jaroslav Sebula, who made a couple laps. Hopefully we can get him back in for GTL VRT.
And that's the finishing order. So what happens now, folks, is we set up another session. We also do the Wheel of Fortune. And find out what the reverse grid is going to look like. Oh, here we go. Sam's on it like a car bonnet here. Go on then, Sam.
All right, let's roll it. It's not rolling.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
Technical issues,
So, we need a new expert.
No, well, in all due respect, it's been in the BSTV equipment locker for a while since we put it down.
It really has. It's probably stuck.
Yeah, it probably needs a little bit of WD-40 or something on it.
Yeah, don't worry. Give it a minute. I will sort this out. This is gonna work.
We know you will.
So, any other drivers who want to chat with us, want to join into the booth, or Johnny Brandon, our previous champion, if he wants to jump into the booth. We've got a Tyler Newitt. Hang on. Move to... Why doesn't he just invite himself in? He's got control. Where's... live booth.
There we go. It's rolling.
Oh, it's
Yay.
rolling. Hang on 1 minute, Tyler.
It is rolling.
10.
Just past it. Oh, that's gonna be a long reverse. 3.
That's not a lot. 3.
Oh, boy, that's nothing.
So that puts Greg Carr on the top of the pile, I think. But we'll see. So, good afternoon, Tyler. Here then.
Hello, Tyler.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
Hello.
right, okay. We didn't hear anything. So, a very entertaining and action-packed race 1 for you.
Yeah, don't like having to come from behind so much. I was fighting at the end for the reverse, but felt like I probably should have been a little bit higher up. But it is what it is.
Yeah, and we saw you battling with Jamie Wilson quite a lot in that first race. You seem to be on pace with Jamie, and then got tangled up with a whole load of other stuff going on.
Yeah, the more things change, the more they stay the same, don't they? Me and Jamie Wilson finding each other on track, who'd have thunk it? But good battles with Jamie as usual. It was just I'd made pretty phenomenal, if I do say so myself, pass 3 wide around the outside in the hairpin, and then just got a little nudge in the rear, braking into the next corner, which was nothing. I don't remember the name of the driver who hit me, actually. One of the new ones, but he didn't do anything maliciously or anything, just wrong place, wrong time, I think. And from there, it was seeing if I could get back into reverse territory, and it didn't work out in the end, but felt like I had pretty good pace before I killed the tires trying to make some overtakes happen.
Yeah, and your car came out of race 1 looking a lot more intact than the majority of other cars in that race, it has to be said. There was all sorts going on around you that you possibly weren't aware of at the time, but fantastic. What do you perceive you're going to end up with in race 2? You think it's going to be any more calm than race 1?
No, I don't think so. It's going to be about the same. I'm hoping to go forward this time rather than backwards and then forward a bit. I think I've got the pace to do so, but we'll have to wait and see. Less of a window for fuel strategy here, but when you play your pit stop is going to be very important. So I think that's whether I get towards the top 5 or stay kind of the back half of the top 10 is going to depend on if I guess right on strategy. So we'll see.
And what was I going to say, Jason? We've only got 30 people watching, so you're not telling too many people. What's your pits tactic for race 2?
With this series, it's very much see how things are getting on. If I'd have been kind of in that group that I was when the pit window opens, I would have dove into pit lane and tried to undercut. And if I find myself in clean air and I'm able to run lap times and kind of build a gap, then better off going for the overcut. It's pretty dependent on circumstance, I think, for this. So we'll have to wait and see.
Okay. I will now release you back to BSTV Esports chat room, and we'll catch up with you after the second race.
Thank you.
Cheers, Tyler. Also in the booth is Stephen Phillips.
Wow.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Stephen Phillips. Or what is it at your end? Is it morning? I don't know.
It's afternoon, about 3 p.m. on my time.
Awesome.
How are you guys? It's been a little while.
Yeah, it's been a long time. You're live to millions of people, all 31 of them. And great to see you back in the V8s. You were my one-time teammate, and I caught up with you in I think you were in a GT4, weren't you?
Yeah, that's correct. Barcelona, I think.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Barcelona. I was doing all right at that track as well. So great to have you back in the series. Obviously, we're broadcasting now as opposed to crashing. I mean, racing. How do you find the grid that you're up against at the minute? They're quick, aren't they?
It's tricky, man. They're tough. I felt like I had a pretty good battle with Tyler there towards the end. But I think the goal for me, this is my first season back in several years. So the goal for me is just being patient and doing my best to stay out of trouble. And if you do that, the spots will come. So we made it into the 10. Didn't get lucky with the grid, but looking forward to the feature. Yeah,
we have only reversed the top 3, so you will be starting in 8th place, which is a good place to start, to be honest. Hopefully you're above all the crashes, and you can get a decent finish. Dashhound Racing, are you a Dashhound owner?
I have 2 now.
You got 2, right? Okay. Yeah. And what are they called?
So Zoe is on the car. That's her name on the wing. And then my other one is Saxophone.
Right, okay. Saxophone.
Yeah. So every time we go, somebody spins in sax here. I've got the spotter, the crew chief saying, there's trouble in sax curve. Kind of perks me up a little bit. Somebody's getting into trouble.
Right. Well, I'll let you go and do some practice. You got anything for Steve and Bill?
No, just welcome back, and Steve. We kind of lost touch with you for a little bit, but it's good to have you back.
Yeah, it's good to be back, Bill.
I'll put you back in the interview room, and you can relocate yourself. And we'll catch up with you after the race.
Talk to you later.
See you later. Guys. Right then. So always good to speak to Stephen. Really nice guy. Right then. Hopefully, we've not got Clyde back yet. But any surprises in that race, Bill?
Well, we were just talking to Stephen, and I tell you, I was pretty impressed that he hasn't been behind the wheel of one of these things in a while. It did pretty well. I have to admit, this is a bugger of a course to get around in this car, and at least I had a hell of a time. And I don't know, he was pretty impressive, and that battle between Richard Alsop and Kensey, that was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. That was worth the price of admission, let me tell you.
It was. Do you know what? I know Richard had a damaged car, but I've not seen anybody keep pace with Richard Alsop for a long time. So that was impressive. That.
Oh, absolutely. And
hopefully we can get that boy in here and we can interrogate him and find out, what his secret is.
And the mysterious man in car 11 did a darn good job too. Wow, that was impressive.
It might not be a man. It might be Mary.
That's true. Yeah, well, Mary got tired of listening to her husband's whining, so she just decided to take over and win a race.
I think it's a real thing. Right, I'm going to try and load into the new session.
Oh yeah, I got to do that too. I forgot.
Don't forget to watch it. Don't join as a driver. That's what I normally do when I end up coming into a second race session.
Last time I broadcast with you guys, that's exactly what I did, like a dummy.
I tell you what, though, Bill, there's not a lot of traction around this track, is there? It's slick.
That. I don't know what the corner's called. Wait a minute, let me look at it. No, it's actually. No, they don't have a name. It's turn 10 anyway.
Oh, 10. Oh, right.
It's a right-hander. I'll tell you, you come out of that, and if you light the thing up, you're going. I mean, it's just it's like walking on eggs getting back on the throttle there. It's unreal.
Yeah, because Sam's got the camera just before turn 11, I think.
Yep.
Or is it just before turn 7? Sam, where's the camera on the wall? Is that just before 11 or 7?
It's default on our racing, this one.
Right.
And it is just before the real stadium, I would say.
Okay. 11 then, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the number.
Yeah, it's definitely turn 11. Yeah, it's the corner before the camera, Bill. And you're right. It's a turn that kind of opens up on you, and I think they get too tempted to put their foot in the gas.
Yeah, it's really slick there, and you have no help from the from any kind of a camber or anything. It's really wicked there.
Yeah.
You guys realise what we've done, don't you?
Have we made millions of pounds yet?
No. So myself and Bill have ruined Tony's season, and Sam have ruined Richard's season.
Hey, 100% failure for BSTV. It's our MO, isn't it? Right, I'll be back shortly, boys. So talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
So, what do you reckon on this one then, Bill? Greg Carr on pole. Will he be able to hold it?
I don't know. He was impressive. He came in third, pretty decent. The guy, whoever it is in car 11, did a pretty good job too. I wouldn't count them out for this race either. And of course, Richard Alsop. My God, if he doesn't get in trouble, he's going to be a handful as well.
Yeah, so the reverse grid was kind, obviously, to car 11. He could have dropped all the way to 10th position, but actually goes off third.
That was quite a battle between Richard Alsop and Kenzie, wasn't it, Clyde?
Really enjoyed that one. Yeah.
Oh, that was amazing.
Respect from both drivers. Door handle banging all the way through the corners. Yeah, really good. And I bet both drivers enjoyed it as well.
Yep. Oh, sure.
Okay, let's whiz through the what grid is wrong. Now it's right. So Greg Carr goes off on pole. Jamie McKnight second. Chris Jackson third. Chris Jackson third. Tony Kloosterman 4. Richard Alsop 5. Kenzie Newhoff 6. Jamie Wilson 7. Stephen Phillips 8. Nikolai Bogotyrev 9. Tyler Newitt 10. Bob Woodhouse 11. And Woodward 12.
13 is David Alonso, 14 Marco Lower, Alistair Walker in 15th, Demis Tigliar in 16th, 17 is Andrew Hoffman, 18th is Miro Hraski, Ivan Bartmans off in 19th, 20th is Luka Leskovic, Ben Cullen is in 21st, Stefan Deck 22nd, 23rd is Chris Hoffman, and Adam Wright is 24th. I'm sure we've got 25 drivers.
We have Yarrick Sebular.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay, lights are on, lights are off. We're away. Looks like a good start from.
Wow, that's busy. That's busy.
Oh, I think Jamie McKnight just turned car 11.
Yep, that's no Tony Kloosterman. Car 11's away.
So he is, yeah. So that must have been Tony on Jamie.
It was. I don't know what happened, but it lacked prettiness.
We'll wait for the race to calm down a little bit, then we'll go back and have a look. Don't forget, folks, this is a 1 hour race, and the guys are going to have to do a pit stop.
That's many wide. Oh no! Oh, David Alonso turned. Ooh, gee wee. Who's that in the Paceworks car? They did an amazing job of stopping.
Yeah, he did well there. Lost a lot of positions though.
Yeah, but
car 11 in the lead.
No, he is. Oh no! Oh dear, Demis. He got proper tagged from behind. So Demis's car looks like it's done 1,000 laps of Hockenheim. He's only done half.
Yeah, there's a Hoffman there with a big scrape down the side. I think that's Andrew. Hoffman of the Andrew variety.
Yep. Stefan Deck in the thick of things.
Yeah, Richard Alsop putting pressure on Greg Carr for second. He wants to make sure that car 11 doesn't disappear into the nether regions.
Bit of a freight train.
And he's got it done.
He has. Very clean. Honestly, the rear wing on that Mustang, it's massive, isn't it?
I think they've made the Holden one just as quick.
So what did actually happen here?
So it is, yeah. You have to see it from overhead, but I think Jamie just took the race in line because his teammate was behind him and expected his teammate to. It's a bit of a cluster, weren't it?
It was, yeah. Blue on blue, literally. I think that would have been some Australian swear words and some Canadian ones at the same time. I wonder what that sounds like. Oh, no.
Yeah, that was a replay of David Alonso. I think he just pulled across too soon.
Amazing.
He had the move done.
I think Luca thought, I got away with that. I managed to stop, and then one of the Hoffmans like rear-ended him straight off. Tyler knew it. Sizing up Kenzie. And Jamie Wilson's done a move on Kenzie. Next target for Jamie Wilson is Nikolai. Nikolai's up at the pointy end, isn't he?
He is, yes.
Obviously, Jamie McKnight and Tony are down, but...
Okay, so we have got season 9 champion Johnny Brandon popping in for a quick chat. Johnny, welcome to the booth.
Hi guys, how are you?
Evening, Johnny.
Super duper, how are you?
Very good, thanks. You?
Yeah, good. What are you thinking so far?
Jealous.
What's here?
Yeah. It looks great.
All big colour having troubles again there, sorry.
Yeah.
So, Johnny, what's the chances of you racing at all this season with us?
About an hour ago, I would have said none. As of the last 10 minutes, yeah, there might be a slight chance.
Yeah, we've seen some excellent racing, haven't we, so far? That Kenzie Newhoff and Richard Alsop battle was fantastic in race 1.
It looked great. I didn't catch it in race 1. I only caught the last sort of 5 laps of race 1. So looking forward to see what happens in this one. But it's looking good. You've got a nice big grid and plenty of quick guys in there. So yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, and blue on blue, literally right from the off.
Who'd have thought?
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
And I must say, Johnny, I don't know what you've been doing recently, but you're sounding a lot happier than your usual miserable self.
Thanks very much.
Yeah. I see you've been racing the Porsche. How's that been going for you?
Yeah, it's been going good. So, been doing well in one series and not so well in another series. But yeah, it's all a learning curve, same as any car. And yeah, loving it. But again, I'm watching this and I'm missing the V8. I might have to have a play.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. Well, you know,
won't keep up with some of these boys though. It's Chris looks like he's flying. Richard is Richard.
Yeah,
he's going to be quick.
Well, car 11 and that he's known as, because we never know whether it's Chris or Mary driving, is, like you say, absolutely flying.
He's getting caught by Richard at the minute.
Yeah, we know how quick Richard is, don't we? Yeah, this is shaping up to be a fantastic race, and it'll be interesting to see what comes in with tactics, because as we've seen in the past, the undercut tends to work at a lot of track. Don't know what sort of inside information you've got, Pete, on pit stops?
Inside information. Just give me 1 second. It's all here somewhere. There it is. Race 2. You can start your first stop, or the stop, I should say, on lap 13. But as Tyler pointed out, it really depends on what your racing opportunity is at that point in time. If you've got free track, then keep going. If you've got a decent draft, keep going. If you're in trouble and traffic, get it in the pits. But lap 13 is when we'll see the first of our people to blink.
Okay, well, Jamie McKnight's put pressure on Adam Wright, but Adam's got some damage on the front of that car. He's not going to put up too much of a fight there.
So,
one
Johnny,
thing I will say about your pit stops there, the undercut, the grip in this car, unless I hope they haven't changed it because I haven't driven it for a while. But the grip from the tyres is for about the first 4 laps of a stint. Then the drop-off comes. So if you're going to pit early, you will gain for those first 4 laps pretty quickly, and then it will level out again. So it's all trying to time when you need that boost, if you know what I mean. Because if somebody does it later, they'll get the boost over the older tyres. So it's generally worth pitting early.
No, that's good information. Who are you putting? Who are you popping your flag in for winning the championship then, Johnny? We all had to choose somebody, and we've already cursed Tony and Richard Allsop. Who are you going to curse for us?
Looking at the names, I'd probably have to go with Richard Allsop, although Chris Jackson seems quite hard to go against. All.
Yep.
Well, it could still be Johnny Brandon if he joins for the next one.
This is true.
No chance of me winning the championship against these guys. You got to be on it to beat these quick guys.
Tyler tagged him.
To be fair, he got his braking line wrong, but there you go. So
Tyler's the king of the strategy, though. So
he is
interested to see what he does.
Recent races, he's definitely been fuel saver of the year. We think he's got some sort of solar powered car, a bit like Michael Taliancic, and he's very methodical with his mathematics and working out how far his fuel will run to and what his lap time needs to be over the course of the race in order to get over the line. But he got out Tylered the other day, so somebody's spotted his kryptonite and using it against him.
Hey Johnny, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, Bill. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. I heard you. I was having a little trouble getting back on the second server here, and I heard you talking about tires. Well, I can tell you, I was practicing in this car the other day, and all I can tell you is it hasn't changed much. It's still like driving on ice.
No, this new car's a lot more grippy.
Oh, of course
the old one. I think it's quite grippy. This car. It's. I'm surprised to see Tony down there. Struggled. He had a bit of contact, didn't he? He said that, blue and blue, but I'm sure he'll make his way back up. There's a long race, and he's got a lot of experience, Tony.
Oh yeah, well
Sebula's a good driver as well, you know.
He is, isn't he?
That Sebula, McKnight, Wright, Klusterman, they're all going to move forward, I think. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, if you're going to have a hiccup, have it right at the start of the second race, because that gives you maximum time to get back in.
Do you have any fast repairs on in the series?
Yeah, just the one as usual.
So that'll be good to anyone that's had any contact, any of those guys at the start.
There's a fair bit of damage out there already.
Of course, I'll tell you, Richard didn't use his last race. He was going fast without his rear deck and spoiler.
No, yeah. Who needs a rear wing?
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be quick in a straight line, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was as well. Stephen Phillips looking very racing.
New Hoff looks quick as well.
He does, doesn't he? Kenzie.
I think he's an Aussie also, I believe.
Nice to see Greg Carr back as well.
Yeah, he did. He's running 30, finished third in the first race. Not bad.
He was always very quick. Greg, it's good to see him back. I think he had a year off last season. Yeah,
he wasn't a bad Porsche driver either, too. He got in some kind of competition, came in pretty well. One of the iRacing type special series or whatever it was.
So we're on lap 8 at the moment.
And Stephen Phillips is doing all right for himself, seeing as he's not raced this car for ages. He's in 5th at the minute, up 3 places from the start, 2 of those being Jamie McKnight and Tony Klusterman, who tangled. And then...
Not quite sure what the gingham is on his car, though.
Who knows? Well,
it's not a tartan, that's for sure. I don't know what it is. And I'll tell you, Jamie Wilson can make you cry too. Boy, Jamie Wilson's a good chauffeur.
He's got a bit of experience as Jamie as well, hasn't he?
Sure does. He can drive
he's
a lot
done
of
it for a
cars.
while. The golden rule: keep out of trouble. Took me a couple of years to learn that, but yeah, that's you managed to keep out of trouble in these races, and you'll be golden if you've got the pace of someone like Jamie. So.
Yeah, he's a very he's not reserved in his racing. He puts his car where you don't want him to, but he does it in a way that doesn't threaten both drivers.
It's always controlled.
Yeah, controlled. That's right. Yeah, good word to use actually. Controlled. So that's Tony with Adam Wright behind him. Adam Wright's car looks kind of second-hand at the front. There's all sorts going on back here. Miro's car, don't recognise that car, to be honest. It's got panels on it, Clyde.
Yeah.
He looks racy here behind Alistair Walker.
So Johnny,
There's been another driver swap.
Yeah.
So Johnny, you XVR guys, you've been doing anything other than the Porsche race?
No, not really. Mainly Porsche, and a couple of the guys have done some LMP2.
Oh, okay.
So we're doing Porsche and trying to do a bit of endurance racing. Got the Nürburgring 24-hour next week, as I'm sure a lot of your guys will be probably doing.
Who are you teamed up with?
As of yet, I'm not sure because we tend to just base it on pace. So it depends who's where and doing what times. I'll probably be in the second team. Done no practice. So
It's available if you want to lose.
Yeah, I've done the Nürburgring 2.4 minutes before.
we could do some sandwiches and drinks.
Oranges at half time.
Good one.
Some pasta maybe, Clyde.
I don't work there anymore, mate. Sorry.
That's funny.
You guys doing much driving, or you just stick to the commentary nowadays? You're so busy.
Those of us that can't drive commentate.
Yeah. I try.
That explains Pete. What about the rest of you?
As a matter of fact, Pete's doing really well. He's wow, that was a little tail happy. In all my haste to try to get back in, I didn't realize Jaroslaw's made it on. Good for him.
Myself a new set of pedals, and I'm a little bit less crashy. So let's see what happens.
It was in a TTR.
I love you, really, Pete. I was only joking.
Yeah, Pete's done a lot. Pete's doing a heck of a lot better. I mean, they bust him about doing the Bathurst 50 and all this kind of stuff, but he's done amazingly well. He's hard on himself though, like anybody is, and that's his downfall.
When you say Bathurst 50, is that 50 yards?
Yeah, that's funny.
It was the 50th lap, but I hadn't done the first 49, had I, Clyde?
Oh, you had swapped, huh?
Yeah.
But Chris Jackson car 11 is extending their lead at the moment.
He is, yeah. It wasn't that situation before, but he's definitely gapping Richard Alsop for some obscure reason. And Richard Alsop is now gapping Greg Carr as well.
Yeah, 0.3 of a second on the last lap.
If the boys at the front want any camera footage, they need to drive, they need to drive slower, because all the action is back here in the. Oh, there we go, car 11.
Chris is absolutely flying.
Isn't he?
He's super smooth, and we've seen this before from Chris. At the start of the year, round one, he's probably put in loads of time. I'll be really interested to see how he gets on in the next few rounds, because he tends to drop off a bit. If he keeps this up, he'll be untouchable. He's absolutely flying. To pull away from Richard like that is impressive.
Yeah, my comment to Clyde and Bill, either just after the race started or before it, was he often puts in amazing practice laps, occasionally does some good quali laps, and then often ends up in trouble in the races. So it's his.
Yeah, he's unquestionably got the pace. That comes. The consistency comes with practice time you put in, and we all know he's had a lot going on in life, and a busy man. So obviously he's got plenty of reasons why he couldn't put the time in, which are totally understandable. But it looks like he's put some time in for this one.
Usually because he can't keep it in his pants.
Yeah, trying to single-handedly repopulate the planet or make himself a five-a-side team.
Solve two problems in one then if he puts some more time into practice.
That's brilliant. You might be giving up your trophy to him at this rate if he carries on at these speeds, Johnny.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to go to somebody. I'll cling on to it. How many rounds is this?
That's a good
Season?
question.
Why do you ask questions?
I just
Really?
want to know how long
Yeah,
I can still claim to be a champion.
It goes
so-
on longer than before.
Yeah, till October 30th, mate.
Oh, what a shame! That's
20 rounds.
20 rounds.
wow.
It's a biggie.
So you can
Whoa,
come in
dear. Oh, dear. Someone in the background going wide. Oh, there we go. Who's that behind
That's
Jamie?
Yarrick,
Oh, it's Yarrick, right.
Mr. Onion.
You know, Johnny, you could miss half the season, come in and be the champion.
Highly unlikely. I only just managed it doing the full season, Bill.
No,
Oh.
you were pretty solid.
Have you spoken to Mr. Foggy recently?
No, he's become too fast for me now, and I'm not in his circle of friends anymore because I'm too slow.
We were talking about him the other day, not on the broadcast, but in our little race chat for BSTV, because we were at Phillip Island and I had memories of him. Oh, God. Sorry, just watching Marco locking up. I had memories of him going around the outside at turn 1 and overtaking people. It's just obscenely fast. Obscenely fast.
Yeah, and he's really analytical as well. He's
Yeah.
Oak Decide, I speak to him all the time, and he's great and loving it at the moment. So he's usual self. He's just as quick. Doesn't matter what car he gets in. He's rapid. So.
Oh, that was a send by Nikolai.
That was ambitious by Nikolai.
Was, yeah. Hopefully not too much damage on either car, to be honest. We're still fairly early in this race, 20 minutes in.
It just looked like getting distracted by the car in front there. Missed his braking point.
Exactly that, I think.
I remember.
Somebody sideways in that little queue there. I think it was Jamie McKnight was all crossed up.
Speaking of Foggy, I remember one
Oh,
time.
dear.
Oh,
Oh, that was the
ow.
gun.
Time crashed into the wall by Marco Lewert.
I'm not convinced he didn't get a nudge from
Oh,
behind there.
he did. There was definitely contact
yeah.
from Jamie.
Yeah. I was just guessing I was just telling you the end result.
Initially,
See.
Initially, it looked like JB
Oh.
pulled out and then went for it, and at the same time, oh no, not really.
Either Jamie missed his brake marker or Marco was braking earlier than Jamie expected. But
Yeah, his brake lights did come on very early, it has to be said. But still, it's for the driver behind to manage that, isn't it?
Yeah, that looks like it's on Jamie. It looked like to me he made his mind up he was going and wasn't expecting Marco to defend.
Agree.
That he was entitled to, Marco, so it was just one of those.
on the plus side for Marco, it is lap 13.
Oh, so you can do it on fuel. Right,
If
okay.
Pete can be believed.
But his incident happened at the worst possible place, which was turn 2.
Yeah.
He's got basically an entire lap to do before he can get in pit
This
road.
is where you're wrong, Pete. The worst
Oh, what?
would have been in the front straight, just after the pit entry. Not turn 2.
Okay. Somebody mute Sam, will you? Mute him.
Yeah,
No,
and there he is. He's diving in.
Yeah.
Hi, Sam.
Yeah, I'm not very talky on the broadcast usually, so yeah, alright. And sorry, I did not saw your message because that was very busy with the camera at the start, so,
No problem, no problem. Oh, Tyler's creeping his way up the grid,
Yes.
as per normal.
Yeah, up to 6th now. I mean, helped on his way by Marco getting it.
Oh,
What's
there's a
going on
Hoffman.
there?
It's a wild Hoffman.
Yep, right in front of Tyler as well.
The Christopher variety.
Oh, what was he doing? Looking at a girly magazine or what? Holy moly. And inside picture of Tyler at the wheel. Oh yeah, it's not slippery.
And, certain drivers seem to be troubled with rear end grip, don't they, Clyde? And Tyler's shown a few times that the back end of that car will step out easy.
Well, I was just going to say, when Johnny said that Tyler's creeping his way up, he is, but he's also looking a bit crashy.
Yeah.
You know, like it could happen at any time. Hopefully it doesn't, but like you say, a lot of people are struggling, and you know, we know when these cars go, they can be horrendously difficult to stop. That was Ivan Batman's off in the background there.
Yeah, hopefully he's got brakes now, because in the last race he didn't have any.
Brakes are overrated.
Yeah.
So headlights for Ivan. Oh dear. That was very strange. Car unsettled on the curb on the left-hand side.
If you ever hit like that in real life, you'd be picking up your molars off the floor.
Yeah, you don't pick it up, do you? You sweep it up.
Oh my, yeah, exactly.
So Kenzie Newhoff, what has he done? No.
Squirrely up.
Do you know what? That's the best thing you can do in that circumstance.
Beat spinning.
It does beat spinning, absolutely.
Exactly, Pete. It's like we lost Johnny, huh?
Yep, Johnny's gone, but good to speak to him.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll be in tears when he gives up his trophy unless he joins us.
I think we piqued his interest a little bit today.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, this is going to be a very exciting league. It goes on for, like Clyde said, a long time, 20 rounds, all the way through till October. Gives all these drivers plenty of time to get familiar with the tracks and get plenty of practice in. Is it aligned to the officials, Clyde, or not?
Yes.
Right.
Although I wouldn't say it's guesswork. It's the second half of our season. It is on what is predicted to be the following season of the officials.
Okay.
With a bit of inside information.
Right. So, Ant Woodward, the first of the non-damaged cars to blink into the pits with probably fuel and tyres for these boys.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Richard Alsop's not been in. Thought he might have tried something different.
The Nemela effect.
Hmm.
Miro Frasky trying to go around Ben Cullen. Looks like he's got it done. Whoa!
Has he? Because
maybe not.
That does slow you up an awful lot, so Ben might come back at him here. Nope. Nope, yep. Oh, that has to be wide because Miro was sat right on the racing line there.
Look at
And
this.
Ben's fought that off. That's a great move.
Well
that.
done, Ben. Wow.
Here we go.
Richard Alsop's in the pits, yeah.
Now, you'd think that more people would learn from Marco Nemela, wouldn't you? You really would. Oh, hang on. Jamie Wilson has. So Jamie's in.
Do you call him Sir Jamie?
He should be Sir Jamie. He knows his stuff, this guy. Holy mackerel, Jamie.
Kloosterman is in.
Yep. But Jamie McKnight carried on.
You should do it like real life, you know, when one of your teammates is in the pit, you should not be able to pit yourself and have double stacked and everything. That should be, you know, a lot of fun. Even with like 5 cars in the same teams. That would be great for strategy.
5 different laps. There goes Jamie Wilson. He's come out behind Ivan Batman's. Now, this might be an issue.
Wise words from sadist Sam.
So round the parabolica, Jamie will want to get this done quickly because This is the disadvantage of pitting early, isn't it? You end up in traffic.
I think Ivan moved over for him.
Yep. Or did he? Or did he?
Brake lock.
Chris Jackson is not driving, but car 11 is in the pit.
Yeah. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, that's right in front of Jamie.
That was a Hoffman, I believe.
There's
Greg's
somebody
car in
else.
as well.
I honestly thought we'd cut back to Jamie and just see it burning on the side of the road. Because
Kenzie Newhoff and Bob Woodhouse are in.
there's a load of them in now, isn't there?
Jamie McKnight has carried on. Tyler Newitt has carried on.
Here we go. Richard Allsop on Stephen Phillips. Stephen's car looking a bit beaten and bashed. On the left-hand side, he'll
And I'll tell you something.
repair that.
It's worked.
What, the Nemela effect?
Yep.
I'm trying to find them on my timing screen. Oh, it has! Unbelievable. We'll have to wait for it all to pan out and see where everybody lands, but from what I can see here, Richard Allsop is technically our race leader because he's ahead on pit stops.
Yeah, what strange is that Richard pit stop time is 12 seconds. Chris Jackson's is almost 25 and everybody else is 23 to 25.
But no tyres for Richard.
They do
Potentially.
tires and fuel at the same time, right?
I
Or
can't
is that
remember.
something that has changed since last time I raced a V8?
Maybe.
That's a lot of time difference. Maybe Richard is planning to do a second pit stop, which will make no
Yeah,
sense.
it's possible.
Or he's maybe fast enough, to get it worked.
Yeah.
With new tires
maybe.
at the end, maybe. Who knows? We'll see at the end.
Either way, absolutely fascinating.
Oh, Johnny's back. Don't talk about him anymore, right?
Hey guys, sorry about that. Yeah,
No, that's okay.
All right.
internet.
How was your poo?
Did you go for a foggy?
Like 10 minutes ago, if it was foggy.
So we've seen the Nemela effect in full flow, Johnny. Richard Allsop is now technically the race leader, even though he's in the field at the moment.
Yeah, that was quite a big gap to make up. 4.5 seconds or something, wasn't it?
It was. We don't think he took any tyres though, so.
He had a very short pit stop. Whoa! Little tail happy coming around that corner, too.
Certainly was. That's Yarrick Sabula in the background. He's flying at the minute, Richard Allsop.
Oh, God. Like a guided missile.
He's got the fastest lap of the race, hasn't he, at the moment, with a
Yes.
39.5.
Yep, and his last lap was the 39.83. So he's lapping 2 seconds a lap faster than anybody else on the track at the moment.
I think. Are you sure he didn't take tyres? Because I think it does the tyres at the same time as the fuel. This
Well,
car.
that's what
there'd be no
yeah.
point in not
Well, we
taking
thought so,
tyres
too.
usually.
Yeah, it's just his stopped time is really weird. It's like half of everybody else.
He could have shut tires off. You can do that.
Yeah, but what they're saying is that it wouldn't make any difference on the time. It's like he's almost put less fuel in as well.
Hey,
or
I think if you
He might have done that.
take about 6 gallons of fuel, then it's worth taking tyres. I think it's a roundabout there.
something. Right.
It gets it done at the same time. So
6 gallons? I
I'm
thought it
sure
was
they
more
needed
than
more
that.
than that.
Yes, they
They
did.
needed more fuel.
Huh,
I'm
well,
sure it's just SDK quirk.
might be a glitch, yeah.
And it takes about a second a gallon to put in, so for length of pit time. So if he's been saving fuel to start the race, 4 gallons is a lot of fuel not to take. So yeah.
Huh. So who hasn't stopped yet? Tyler?
Just, yeah, Tyler and Ben at the moment.
Okay.
Tyler in his Flintstones car with his feet out through the bottom of it.
Tyler's coming in this lap.
Tyler's currently doing slower laps than down to 10th place at the moment. So whether that's tyre related, I'm not sure. Hands the lead over to Richard Allsop.
He was looking a bit tail endy, wasn't he? Just before I disconnected, and that's
Yeah, he was.
not good because you just create an exponential problem basically because you heat the tyres and then it naturally becomes more slippy, and yeah, it's just a vicious circle. In this case.
And you can't cool the tyres down very easily, can you? There's no
Not
opportunity.
really, you know. It's without losing a couple of seconds a lap, you can't anyway. So you'll cool them down just by being smooth, and you can stay fast, but you'll lose a good half a second just off your good times, and you need to keep it perfectly smooth for a couple of laps before it comes back.
Yeah, and this is going to be interesting because Tyler's come out right in front of Tony Clouston and Jamie McKnight.
Yep, never quit racing.
Andrew Hoffman in close company there.
Yeah, Tony has jumped
Dennis?
Jamie, hasn't he, in the pit stop?
He has, yes.
Who's off on the
I
outside?
think that was a Hoffman.
That was a Hoffman, definitely.
Ooh, not again, boys.
Oh,
Jamie doesn't want to give up anything to Tony Clouston, clearly.
trying to repay the favour there.
Yeah.
Trying to watch what I say. I'm not even in the series. I don't want to start falling out with Tony, and I'm not even driving. It'd be a disaster.
Oh dear.
It's nice that they're racing each other though.
It is, yeah. It's refreshing, isn't it?
It's not done them any favours, but it's refreshing.
No. Well, they both signed up for a race. Here's Stephen Phillips on the back of Mark Ellawert. No longer on the back of him. He's done him. Great move.
People used to think at XVR we had all the team orders and we weren't racing each other. We were allowed to race each other. We just weren't allowed to take each other out. That was the only rule.
Right, okay.
Race what you want, but just don't take each other out.
Didn't always go to plan, though. did it?
No.
Yeah, not like
Always
Suzuka,
go to
that's right.
plan. No.
Oh dear.
We all remember when you took out Foggy because you wanted to win the championship.
So I can't understand you, Sam. Sorry.
Was it that way or the other way? I don't even remember, you know.
Where are we talking? Suzuka.
Yeah, Suzuka.
Turn one.
Yeah, Suzuka, yeah.
That was Foggy took me out. Not
Yeah,
that I was bitter
yeah.
or anything, but yeah,
Yeah.
I remember it clearly.
I remember that right
I
then.
remember.
And George went on to win the race.
He did, yeah.
We were comfortable with first and second. And the funny thing about that was Foggy said, "Oh, I wasn't even trying to overtake." So, yeah, okay.
Where is George McKnight? Oh, yeah. That was kind of a good overtake by Tyler, but how they didn't both bin it there? Because one car was inside the other one. That must be some kind of netcode thing.
I'll tell you something, that I expected that gap at the front to be coming down, but it's not.
Then what's going on?
I think he's looks like he's been saving fuel at the start, just at a much shorter stop. Richard.
Incredible one.
Unless he's got a save towards the end of the race, or he's if the gap's not coming down, he's obviously not saving now.
No, definitely not.
He might have to be towards the end though.
think he's trying to get a burner to get out there far enough to get a splash and dash?
He's not going to get that over Chris.
Oh, you wouldn't think so, but
Yeah, and he's not pulling away, so it's just staying.
what is that? A 6-second lead or 8?
No, 8.
It's 8. Yeah, wow.
So Tyler's now caught Kenzie.
Unless Richard's had some sort of fuel mistake and he hasn't put in as much as he thinks he's put in.
I might have had
Possible.
There might be a splash and dash at the end, but he wouldn't have planned for that.
I think Tyler tried to outfox Kenzie Newhoff there, and that didn't work. And Tyler's dragged Bob Woodhouse with him. So the Woodhouse fan club on the chat will be happy about that.
Yeah, Jamie McKnight's not far behind these either.
Johnny, have you run here at Hockenheim yet? Have you tried this track?
No, I haven't bought it yet.
Yeah,
I will do. It looks great. And can't wait to do it, but I haven't actually tried it yet. Pete, you asked how George McClay was a minute ago.
Yes, yes.
He's actually my teammate in the Porsche.
Is he really?
Oh, is he? Wow.
Yeah, we're doing quite a lot together at the moment.
Right. He was rapid.
I've gone from one rapid Scotsman to another rapid Scotsman.
Yeah. Well, I hope he's doing well and safe at these weird times that we're in.
Yeah, he was a class racer. Really nice guy. And fast.
Very. Fast in a way that meant that I really didn't like him because nobody should be that talented.
But it's really disheartening when you got guys like Foggy and Johnny and George go by you like you're parked on the side of the freaking road.
I know.
And you're sitting there and go, how the hell are they doing this?
It was a big kicker, wasn't it?
Yeah, two-wheeler.
Keep off of them.
These cars really don't like being airborne. It's keep all 4 tyres down as much as possible.
You got enough trouble with 4 wheels on the ground, let alone 2.
Yeah.
I suppose you could work on the theory that if you got 2 up in the air, you've only got 2 that you could lose traction with.
I don't think the rules work like that.
I think that's Clyde physics. I don't think that's proper physics.
Fuzzy logic, that's called.
Yeah.
Here we go. Tyler's showing his nose. I don't think there's anything in this one.
They're quite even on pace, aren't they, these two?
Whoa, baby.
They are, yeah. I think if he'd been close to going into this turn 2, and onto Parabolica, then he'd have had a much better chance of getting it done at the hairpin, but I think he's too far off this time.
This straight's pretty long though. I haven't driven.
Yeah,
I would guess
it is. It's
some
massive.
sort of huge slipstream down here. So this would,
Yeah,
I
they
would have
call it.
thought, be the place.
It's a bit like. Sorry, Bill.
No, that's okay. It's funny they call that Parabolica. There's not much turn to it, really.
No, there's not. And this turn is very similar to the left-hander at Kota. Only
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, that stupid turn. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with Kota.
Apart from it exists.
Wish they could send it over to your community then.
I love Kota.
Do you really?
I really do. Yeah. I realise I'm one of the few, but I really do. It's great.
It's not got a massive fan club, it has to be said.
It's an embarrassment, really is.
Whoa, Tyler crossed up.
You know, Kenzie got a little wide there too.
He did, yeah.
Kenzie's staying very smooth though. All the
Oh yeah.
all the scrappiness is from Tyler at the minute. He's just desperate to get past, but Kenzie's staying pretty calm.
I swear that's in the Aussie and Aussie's blood. I swear. Be able to drive these cars.
I think Kenzie's any slouch. His I rating is pretty high, it has to be said.
But he's definitely not getting flustered. You can see that.
No way.
Yeah.
I think there's many rodeos gone before this one.
Oh yeah, this ain't his first rodeo, that's for sure.
See, Richard Alsop's just had a bad lap.
Oh. Yeah, he's lost a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, Richard Alsop's I rating ain't too bad
Is he
either.
just a little bit short of fuel, maybe?
Could be, couldn't it?
Possibly. I think he had an off track.
Is he breathing in when he's driving?
I didn't see the pit stop times, but if he said it was half the time of somebody else. That sounds like a big difference to me.
Very
Even
big
if you were
difference,
fuel
yeah.
saving, that sounds a possible mistake. But
Yeah, he's in the pits now.
Ah.
Dear. Let's see how this pans out then. So, car 11 takes over the lead again.
you're only expecting one stop from people, are you? On the
Yeah.
half hour?
Yes.
So he's not put the fuel in that he thought he put in then, has he? So,
He's up on the jacks as well.
That's a great car coming by.
It is.
He's gonna get
I mean,
past him too.
this will drop him right back to Tyler.
Wow,
and,
he's up there a long time. Whoa.
Yeah, he's moving now, but then Jamie Wilson's going to take third place from him.
I think you're right, Johnny. Something happened on his first stop. Something went wrong.
So, team down under, one lap apart. One overtaking the other there, put on a lap on, and Tyler still scrapping with Kenzie. And Bob Woodhouse has now got. Oh no, he hasn't. It's all right. But he's trying to keep pace with these two. Oh dear!
Oh,
Mark out
Marco
straight
went
on. And in the
Marco
distance, somebody had spun at the hairpin.
Yeah.
Marco Lewert went straight off like he had a technical problem or something.
Yes, he did. It looked weird.
Yeah, I
So
don't
we
care how
first
bad
had this a bit before, but as we had a lot of battle, I've not shown it yet. So
Oh,
this is a first up for Marco.
that wasn't
Under
great.
braking, lots of brake bias issues there. And then
Oh,
probably
baby,
cut
yeah.
tyres after that, I would think.
Oh.
The sand on the kitty litter.
Tyler's not. Marco's not a happy camper right there.
No.
And then he went to the pits, and he was just straight out of the pits. We saw that on one of the cameras. But I don't really understand what happened to Marco, to be fair. We have to
No.
ask him after the race.
Turned into a Hornet, I think.
Tell you what though, one thing to note on that car is the attention to detail. So just behind the exhaust pipes on the lower left side of the car, he's actually painted in some black.
Exhaust smoke or something?
Yeah, it's very clever. I like it.
Yeah, they do nice paint jobs.
Carried an awful lot of speed here.
Wow.
Is he able to get on terms with him though? He is, and he
Yeah.
might do this.
Yeah, Ken
Yeah,
got loose then, didn't he, under brakes?
He did.
Yeah.
Good overtake from Tyler there.
Yeah,
Yep.
patient for that, Tyler, when he got it done.
Evening to Stacey number 2 on the chat.
Oh yeah, they're all here.
Richard also putting a lot of pressure on Jamie Wilson.
Yeah, so Richard in fourth, and he's done this, I think. Has he? Wow.
Jamie skirted off a little bit there and went a little wide.
So this is Richard now on a brand new set of shoes. He's going to have huge amounts of grip compared to the cars around him, you'd expect.
He will for a couple of laps.
Right.
Right now he's running like he's on fire. Yeah.
Well, here we go. Stephen Phillips and Nikolai. I'm sure these two have been together already today.
Oh, and a good evening to Evie as well, watching her dad.
Hi, Evie.
Hi, Evie.
So that little girl, when she grows up, she's going to be a heartbreaker. She's a pretty little girl. Well, what do we got going on here?
Jamie and Tony are still down in 8th and 9th. I'm surprised they haven't come through a bit quicker.
They are catching the positions in front of them, but there was quite a lot of air between them.
Got a little over 10 minutes left.
Yeah, and they got pretty good drivers as well, just in front, you know? It's not...
Yeah, I was just thinking, it shows you the pace. You've got Sebula in 10th, Jamie and Tony in 8th and 9th. Those guys in front, Tyler,
Kenzie.
Woodhouse, they've obviously, Wilson, they've obviously got some pace on them.
And I think this new format of V8ESC, where we've got a number of weeks between the races.
Who's over there?
Whoa, that is a Tyler Newitt looking car, but it may also be. Who is that?
I think that's an Adam Bright looking car.
Yeah. Having a number of weeks between races gives them the time to get the practice in and hone the track to perfection.
Or race other cars.
Or race other cars.
Hopefully practice and hone it to perfection. They certainly have been for this round, that's clear. It's
Definitely.
Flying.
Evening to Mark Draper on the chat, cheering for Jamie Wilson. Marco Lewert has manually disconnected, so it'll be interesting to see what happened there. Did he have a technical issue?
Rage quit, rage quit.
Yeah.
He got the up.
Or did he just quit early to work on Paint Pack V217?
Yeah. Tell you what, he manages the paint very, very well, though.
He really does.
For all that we mock him for it.
Our paint packs are now done with German efficiency.
Absolutely.
Unlike on broadcast.
Yeah.
Clyde would have never done 11 versions. He would have said after the second one, he says, you have to run with last week's.
Yeah. Look at this. Nikolai's piling the pressure onto Stephen here.
Yeah, good battle.
Stephen's a cool customer, though.
Oh, yeah.
He won't break. Nikolai's going to have to get around the outside of him or make a clean pass here, but he's going to have to work for it.
Well, I'll tell you, the memory of driving this car came back to Stephen quickly, I have to say.
Yeah, he's always been quite a clean driver. He's smooth.
Yeah, he normally stays out.
Yeah.
He normally stays out of trouble.
He does, yeah. He's less crashy than a lot of them. I think that's why he was my teammate for a while, so that he could teach me not to crash, but he failed.
Richard Alsop is closing in on Greg Carr for second.
Yes, he was 1.3 seconds faster last lap. That's significant. That also just does suggest that Craig might have had an issue, because that's a massive amount of time.
What was the lap before that?
Whoops.
Richard's doing
dear.
39.7. That's a fast lap.
And that's Stephen Phillips, who's not very crashy.
Crashing.
I wonder if
Crashing.
you gotta watch out here, though. Nope, he did it all by
Nope.
himself. Yep.
Sideways slide.
Oh, he just snatched the brakes at the turn, didn't he?
He did. Alright, so.
Yeah, Richard's doing 39s. That's
that's
40-0 there. 39.7 on his last lap. Richard's flying. He's on him already. There you go.
Greg Carr's doing 41s all the way down.
Richard's amazing how fast he can go through the corner. It's unreal.
And Here he is. He's on him now.
Yeah, far back remove at the moment.
I get him. No.
Won't be this. Oh, it will be.
Oh, yeah, he will.
He didn't have to try too hard.
No. Smooth out the corner as well, even though he
Oh,
took
it's not
hang on,
over.
hang on.
Yeah, Greg's hanging on.
Bit of a drag race here. Richard's got the optimal line, really, but not into the next corner. Greg's done a great job there, in theory.
Hang on. Oh!
The roof of a building in the way of my shot at the minute.
Wow, that was almost a side by side there. Greg car's not giving up, that's for sure.
No,
Yeah, I think if Richard's got a second lap advantage, I don't think there's going to be a lot he can
Oh,
do
yeah,
about
he'll
it if he does
probably
do it straight away.
And unbelievably, there's only just over 5 minutes left.
what?
Wow.
Where did that go? We need to make these 2-hour races.
2 hours.
What's your format for the season then? Are you sprint and feature all season, or are you mixing it up?
No, we've got sprint and feature and enduro. We've dropped the super sprint rounds.
And they were the ones that did winning. How long are your enduros? Are they all 2 hour, hour and a half, 2 hours?
Yeah,
or are they
2
very-
hours, yeah. All two. Ooh, Batman's getting it loose there. Yeah, 2 hour enduros, 30-minute sprints, 1 hour features.
Nice.
That was the super wide line from Alistair Walker just then.
Yeah, as Johnny predicted, Richard Allsop is driving away from Greg Carr.
Very
Car-
on corner by Luca here. Wow.
Yeah, car 11 is still the fastest car on track though.
It's a
It's
nice
been a bit of a demonstration race from Chris. He's
It really
rapid.
has. Yep, absolutely.
So Jamie McKnight now on the back of Bob Woodhouse.
Like you mentioned, John, if Chris can do this for the next couple of races, there'll be a lot of worrying people racing right now.
He can do, yeah, he can do it. No, but if he puts the time in, he's always been rapid, but he's usually very fast in the first round because he's had a lot of time to get some practice in. And then in the gaps, I mean, it may be what Pete said, because there's a bigger gap between rounds this time, he might find it easier to get some time in here and there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's looking quick.
Jamie McKnight is now on the back of Bob Woodhouse.
Yeah, and Ben is right on the chat. According to the rules, the enduro rounds are 90 minutes, not 2 hours.
Yeah, rules are wrong.
Well, you did them wrong.
You did the rules.
Yeah, I know. Totally cocked them up.
Yeah, they are pretty wrong. There's nothing. Yeah, I mean decision times.
If I'd have seen
incorrect.
it when I read them and it had said 2 hour enduros, I would have probably done the season. But because I saw 90 minutes,
Yeah.
excuses.
Brilliant. So
I know what
Jamie-
can put you back in. You're just afraid of Tony, right?
Yeah.
I'm afraid of Chris.
Yeah, and Chris now.
Everybody in the top 10 actually at the moment.
I was going to say shots fired from some boozing.
You know, Chris is a multitask driver. He can go either real fast or he can take you out if he doesn't like you.
I think there's a never quit racing requirement, Bill. I had to get one in somewhere. Apologies.
Well, what fun
You've got a race now. You've said that.
Yeah, what fun would it be if we didn't have a few rivalries, you know? Come on.
Yeah. Wouldn't be racing without them.
tell you, nobody likes his car more than Tony Kluseman, though, boy. This is his baby. He and Chris are doing a Porsche deal up in Canada.
Yeah, the Canadian Super Cup.
Yep,
I think. Yeah.
Since they've never driven it before, they're like middle of the pack. They're not doing too bad, actually.
And Chris Jackson will take the white flag this lap.
Wow, it's almost over. I can't believe it.
How is that
Jeremy
gone past?
Knight is he's having a go.
Whoa.
What was that? Hello.
Yep, Kenzie didn't want to give that up. And Jamie did his best to get some traction and found
Just
nothing.
two Aussies
And Jamie,
yeah.
racing for Aussie pride, are they?
and
Yeah.
Jamie says, I'm going to scratch that little paint job of yours then.
And it looks like Chris Jackson's only going to win it by around about 25 seconds.
Oh my God. Shit. Talk about dominating today. Whew.
I think it was unfortunate Richards messed up his pit stop. It's,
Yeah.
it would have
Yep.
been a bit closer, but it's still
Oh, definitely.
super impressive from Chris.
Flashing lights. You want to cut that out straight away.
Yeah,
be
we
a
should
50
give
point penalty.
pit. We should give pit lane penalty for flashing
Yeah.
lights. You know.
There's nothing wrong with flashing lights. What's wrong with you people?
Get the wire cutters out. I'll fix
Part
it.
of racing. You know he's going to have a go down the straight.
Definitely. This is a last lap effort.
Consider the stamped licked.
Yeah. Now then, what's going to happen out of the... Oh, hang on. Bob Woodhouse. Trying to monopolise. He's not going to do it. Ooh, or is
hello. Hello. He's making it awful narrow for Kenzie there, isn't he?
he? Yep. Bob Woodhouse thought it was buy one, get one free.
Chris
It really was.
Nearly was,
Bevan
yeah.
takes the double.
Well done, car 11. That's a close. Look at that. Whoa. You gotta love this stuff. It's amazing.
Just brilliant. Look at this. Round the outside for Bob Woodhouse, is it?
Wow.
He's on the inside for the next corner, isn't he?
Yeah.
Should also come home second.
Oh,
Greg
There's
Hart
so much
third.
respect there.
Oh,
They left each other room. Oh, apart from he went for it there, but there was
Here we
nothing
go.
wrong with that.
Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, that was
Bring it home.
brilliant. Absolutely
Good
brilliant.
job. Wow,
Great
that was
from the
great.
both of them there.
Yeah. Very respectful driving.
Tear that car down. Gotta be illegal.
Yeah. That's never going to pass the steward's check. Nitrous in the boot.
Being the Phantom, he's got a black maple leaf on the back. Isn't that something?
So we'll do a rundown of the finishing order. We all got a bit over-focused on the Bob Woodhouse Kenzie battle at the end there.
That was wonderful. We still got Ant Woodward out there, don't we?
Yeah, still a few to finish.
Oh, there he is. He's across the line.
So official finishing order is car 11 takes the win for the second time tonight for Never Quit Racing. Richard Alsop finishes in second. Third is Greg Carr for Never Quit Racing again. And then Jamie Wilson. Now it's come back for Team Chimera in fourth place, which is a brilliant result for Jamie. Fifth is Tyler Newitt. They seem to be on the same bit of track all the time, like Tyler said, for BASTV Esports Green. Sixth was Jamie McKnight after Turn 1's incident with Tony for Never Quit Racing. Bob Woodhouse finishes 7th for Concord Racing, and his fans go wild on the chat. 8th is Kenzie Newwolf for Team Down Under. Then Never Quit Racing again with Tony Klusterman in 9th. 10th is Jarek Sabula for GTL VRT, and 11th being Nikolai Bogatira for Don't Bug Me Racing. In 12th was Stephen Phillips for Dashhound Racing, and Miro Hrasky finished 13th for PCS. BSTV Esports Yellow's first car back was Ben Cullen in 14th, and Ant Woodward in 15th for Never Quit Racing. Herzog Motorsports finished 16th with Stefan Deck, and 17th was Andrew Hoffman for PSR. Alistair Walker was 18th for CSR. 19th was David Alonso, as far as I remember, while I wait for the screen to change on the broadcast. And Ivan Batmans was in 20th for Track Velocity Racing, or TVR. Paceworks Esports, Luka Lechovic finished 21st. 22nd even, if I can speak, was Demis Tikliar, and for Team Down Under, and BSTV Esports Green car with Adam Wright finished 23rd. 24th was Marco Loert for VTS Esports.
Excellent. So, we haven't got anybody waiting for an interview. That's good. So, we'll close the broadcast.
Thank you very much. See you in a few weeks. Bye.
That would be really funny for once. Let's go close the broadcast. Goodbye, gents. See you next time.
Hey there.
Tony Klusterman's there.
Chris is still celebrating in the pits.
He is, yeah. He's still doing donuts and stuff, yeah.
Don't worry, Chris. We'll wait for you.
Oh, Marco Loert just sent in a thing. He said, worst race ever.
Right. Not a happy place for Marco Loert, then.
Come on, Jackson.
Action Jackson.
I will love you and leave you guys. Thank you
Johnny,
very much for
good to
having me.
talk to you, matey.
Nice to
Yeah,
talk to
after
you.
what you said on the broadcast, you don't want to be involved in the Never Quit Racing, guys. That's right. Okay. Waiting for you for the next race, then.
Yeah, we'll expect to see your registration in the boarding.
Where can I see the details? I might do it.
We'll send it to you.
Yeah, we'll send it on. Don't forget to polish the trophy before you send it back to us.
Yeah, let me know in September and I'll start getting it ready.
Come with the gold scheme this year. I like that one the best.
Oh, that was good. I like that one, yeah.
Thanks, guys. That was great, and great to see you got the numbers, and it looks fantastic. Some great races there. So appreciate you having me in, and really enjoyed that. Hopefully it all goes well, and I will try to get into a round somewhere.
Excellent.
Cheers, Johnny.
Whether that cheers people up or upsets them, I'm not so sure. Probably equally in both, but we'll see.
50% they'll get over it or they won't. One or the other.
Yeah.
Cheers, Johnny.
Brilliant
See you,
stuff.
Johnny.
Good
Take
night,
care, mate.
guys. Well done.
Right, so first of all, let's get our double race.
I've been telling the team, and the team have been ignoring my setup. I've been using it for about 9 months, and I haven't had crazy amount of practice, but I think new philosophy is same seat time, get used to the same car, adjust my driving, and then I can just work on, the same brake release, the same throttle. And it seems to be working, and I think the set that I haven't really changed other than brake bias and I guess camber sometimes and gear ratio is it just seemed to work out here. This track just seemed to suit it, and I think my confidence around this track just seemed to be good. So it was awesome. It was fun.
Yeah, and race one, you got into the lead and away you went after a fantastic qualifying result. Race two, when Richard Allsop, or when you came out of the pits that far behind Richard Allsop, were alarm bells ringing, or had you guessed something had gone awry with his pit stop?
he actually wasn't on my relative, so I was waiting to see. He pitted a lap early. Undercut was going to happen. He was about 4 seconds back, and I thought he's going to be about 2 seconds or less, and he wasn't there, and I couldn't see he was ahead of me. So I said, did he get a speeding penalty to my teammate? And I didn't hear the response. And then when I did see his time ahead of me, I had a feeling that maybe he didn't put the full fuel he used to race one and was short fuel. So that's kind of what I was hoping. Thought maybe I was burning way more fuel if he was fuel saving, but I think that's what happened to him.
Okay, well, like I say, dominant performance tonight. Any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
Definitely my wife for letting me race today. The team's such an awesome group. Racetech, the sponsor. Richard had awesome pace. I was really hoping that last race we were going to come down to the wire. So unfortunate for him, but thank you guys for the broadcast, and we'll catch you guys later. Thanks a lot.
Excellent. See you next time. Our double race winner, car 11. Okay, Pete. So next up, I was going to bring in Jamie Wilson, but he's muted. He's probably gone for a poo. So let's give Tyler to Pete Bingham.
Good evening, Tyler Newitt. How you doing?
Hi, Pete. I wasn't expecting to be pulled in this early, but glad to be here.
5th place. Given that you had a bit of ding-dong battle in the first race, and you've moved up a whopping 5 places in the second race, that's got to be a good result for getting a haul of points tonight.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it. The only downside was I was taking seconds out of Jamie Wilson for kind of the last 5 to 10 laps or so, and I needed one more lap to get him, I think. But no, that went much better for me. Yeah, I think I played the strategy all right. Once everybody started peeling off in front of me, and I'd been kind of in the back of that group saving my tires. So I think I played it all right, staying out kind of till the end of the fuel and coming in then. Ended up overfueling it a bit, but don't think it would have made that much of a difference. But yeah, it went better than I was hoping, honestly. Apologies to Dan Woodward for the little nudge in there. I don't even watching back the replay, I don't exactly know what happened, because he locked up and started to go sideways, and then I cut to the right while I was braking to try and avoid him because I thought he was going to spin. That locked up my right front, and so then I just carried on into him, and it looked like he had saved it, and then I finished the job for him, I guess. So apologies to him. It was kind of not certainly not intentional.
Definitely not. And these cars are twitchy at the best of times. It seemed like there was periods of lack of traction around this track tonight for everybody, really. There was some individuals that were, like yourself, usually very smooth, but still finding lack of adhesion, particularly coming out of corners and over-rotating the car. Do you think that that's just a feature of this car and the tyre model that's on it?
Yeah, I found it a little funny that you were talking about me looking twitchy in this race, because I didn't feel twitchy. Felt like I had the car under me. I was certainly pushing in the second half of the race, but the new tires made it so I was pretty comfortable. I was certainly twitchy in the first race, but that's just because my couple of spins kind of overheated the tires, and it's so hard to get them back in the window once you do that. So no, this race I felt quite confident on the tires, honestly. Like I said, the nice thing about these longer races is I didn't feel like I was in a rush to get to the front. I kind of knew what my pace was. With the two NQR guys getting together, I knew it was probably 4th or 5th that I was shooting for, and I could just kind of save my stuff through the first stint and let the race play out as it did. And I felt like the car was pretty solid throughout most of the race. I mean, yeah, you got to be careful on throttle, but that's just what you have to do in this car. You can't just stomp on it out of a corner if you're not going in a dead straight line. And even if you are going in a dead straight line, if you're in like first or second gear, you're screwed too. So no, it's just a matter of patience. I'm inclined to believe that's how this car is in real life as well, given the amount of power that's going to the rear wheels on these big bulky things without a ton of arrows. So no, this second race was fine for me, and really felt like I had a pretty good handle on it.
No, that's good then, and it bodes well for future rounds. Obviously, in this format, we've now got a few weeks worth of practice that you can put in, but you're in a lot of different leagues, as we discussed on the broadcast, and this is probably one of the more challenging cars of the selection for you to drive, isn't it? How is that going to set you up for your practice sessions?
Yeah, I think I'm going to be doing more picking and choosing which races I do in the Sunday leagues between the prototypes and VRA. I was never intending to go for the full championship with stuff opening back up here. I knew there were going to be weekends that I was just gone and couldn't race anyway. So I am going to do as best as I can to make all the V8 races, though. I would say this is highest priority because it's my favorite car to drive. So I'll be doing what I can, kind of mixing practice with the GT4s and with the GTEs and stuff. I still want to help out the teammates where I can, because we do a lot of practicing together for VRA and for the prototypes as well. So I'll still be jumping in where I can, but I would say it's priority 1A as far as the leagues I'm in right now, along with the GT4 league. No,
that's good to hear. Any shout outs before we let you go and chat to the guys in the interview room?
Yeah, shout out to you guys. Shout out to Racetech for sticking with us. Obviously there was a lot of discussion over the numbers being down last season. But man, what a field you guys have put together for this season. And there's still more drivers on the entry who I think are going to be making appearances. Off Bill. But I think
I heard that.
It's a really stout lineup. It sounds like Johnny's going to be jumping in for some races, which would be fantastic. More quality drivers on the grid never hurt it. So shout out to Racetech for sticking around and continuing to support this awesome league. Shout out to all our other league sponsors, VRA, EDF Motorsports, 365 Host, everybody who puts these together. It's fantastic. And then shout out to Adam and Ben. I think it was a bit of, let's say, culture shock for them getting back in the V8. And neither of them had a ton of time to practice. I don't think they've been doing some Watkins Glen running and some other stuff. I know Ben's in like 12 different leagues, so I don't know where he had time to practice for any of them. But they didn't have the best of days today, but it's good. It's just good to be out there racing with people and able to chat with each other and kind of bounce strategy ideas off each other and stuff like that. So thanks to them for being in the chat, and I think that's it. I think I got everybody. Thank you guys. You're great.
We know. Thank you very much for tonight's results. 10th place and 5th place, Tyler Newitt.
Excellent. So, Mr. Jamie Wilson has returned from his poo. Welcome to the booth, Jamie.
Not strictly true, but okay. I'm not foggy.
So, 7th in race 1, 4th in race 2. Are you happy with your evening's work?
Yeah, pretty happy with that. I think that's probably slightly better than I kind of naturally would end up. Especially the race 2 result. That was unexpected. The quality of the field in this is just immense. The likes of Allsop and Greg Carr and Chris obviously are just massively fast in this. So to be sort of just behind him in the results is very satisfying.
And what's the car like to drive this season? Is it still the beast that it always was?
Oh yeah, definitely. That hasn't changed. I hadn't driven the car since the last race of last season, which was obviously some time ago, so it took a fair bit of acclimatisation to get back used to it again, because it's bizarre to drive, but in a good way. The best car to teach you sort of efficiency of driving is this car. using the minimal amount of throttle to get the most, bite out of the corner without spinning the tyres up, that kind of thing. You have to be good at in this. So, super rewarding. Really difficult to make the tyres last. As I had Tyler chasing me down at the end of that race just then, just because of the tyre strategy difference and that kind of thing. So, pleased to be back in it. Kind of feels like home in a way.
Yeah, and we see you in your fair share of battles tonight. And this league, this car, has always sort of lent itself towards these close battles, because with the cars being identical, really, apart from the badge on the front. So I take it you're going to be, well, it's Oran Park next, so it's going to be battles all over the place around there.
Oh yeah, that's just going to be just car park all the way around, pretty much. But yeah, no, it was good. It was good getting stuck in. I had 2 incidents that were a bit unfortunate. I had one where I just locked the rears and snatched into I think it was Ant Woodward. I just dinked the back of him. He did well to save that. And then the other one, I forget who it was, but someone was down on my right going into the hairpin and basically did the same thing that I had done to Ant. Sort of just went in head of steam, and I sort of steered out of it, but in doing so then just tapped someone else into a spin as well. So apologies for those. I'll have to look through the replay and figure out who that was, because it's obviously a while ago now. But yeah, it's if this is what it's like at Hockenheim, Oran Park's just going to be madness in a good way. So yeah, looking forward to it.
And Jamie, does it feel weird being back in a V8 and Wayne Sanderson not being somewhere in extremely close proximity to your car?
I was going to say that, yeah, it's a shame that, we don't have the likes of Johnny Brandon, of Wayne, and a couple of others. But at the same time, we're getting some fresh blood in here, and some of those are obviously already proving their might in this. There's a couple that I ended up in a couple of scraps with and chasing me down and that kind of thing. They're not coming in shy. So, the series is in rude health, which you can only say is a huge improvement on the end of last season, which had a good quality of field, but not so much the numbers. Let's hope that this kind of persists through the rest of the season.
Excellent. So, before we let you go, Jamie, any shout-outs you want to give?
You guys, as usual. I'm going to watch this back in a minute, and yeah, as always, the rest of the field, for just being good fun to race against. Simple as that.
Excellent. So, Jamie Wilson, congratulations on your, what did we say, 7th place and 4th place this evening, and hopefully we'll see you next time out.
Yep. Cheers, guys. See you later.
So, Jamie Wilson there. So, next up for you, Pete, is Mr. Tony Kloosterman.
Good evening, Tony. How are you doing?
Good, guys. How are you?
Yeah, well, we've just had 1 hour, apparently. Somebody lied and said it was a whole hour. It went past in about 4.5 minutes because we were just absolutely glued to the screen. Race 1 was a very crashy one, but we always expect the first V8 race of any season to be a bit crashy as people get used to the car in a racing in anger kind of format. Where did you finish in race 1? Just a minute. You finished in 14th. Fourth. Can't count, apparently. I'm adding 5 instead of taking 5 away.
NQR 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes. Very good result for NQR in race 1. And then in race 2, not such good fare. 9th and coming together with Jamie in turn 1. Just a lack of communication.
I owed him one from a race at Phillip Island last year. Early.
I bet he was happy that you remembered that one. But I bet that was a fantastically enjoyable race, because you love this car and you love these races, don't you?
Yeah, and we got a lot of new guys this year. Good racing, I think overall. With one or two exceptions, the guys proved themselves very capable, and it's going to be an interesting season. Richard Alsop had some brilliant speed. So other than his fuel guy forgetting to put some gas in his car, he may have walked away with that first one. So, he did very well. Chris obviously studied most of my races from last year and has picked up quite a bit for the coming season. He showed good speed, and overall the team did well.
Did fantastically well, and yeah, Richards was like a hot knife through butter in that second race, making his way through. And you showed fantastic pace as well. It's been a fantastically entertaining race. If anybody was watching and wasn't convinced beforehand, they'll definitely be turning up for the rest of the season. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go and celebrate your points haul?
Our team obviously. Chris Jackson worked on a set, and I think we all kind of gravitated towards it at the end. It's a little strange, but it was good. Simability, you guys for putting on the broadcast. I'm sure it's entertaining as always, and Racetech for sponsoring the league. I really want to welcome all the new racers. And hope they stick with it. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
It really does. Congratulations for tonight, Tony Kloosterman.
Take care, guys.
Okay, so next up we have Mr. Stephen Phillips. Welcome back to the booth.
Hey guys, how are you?
Yeah, we're good. So, 8th in race 1, and I believe the guys had a chat with you after the race, and then 12th in race 2. We see you in a lot of battles in race 2. It must have been enjoyable, apart from when you was facing in the wrong direction.
Yeah, just having it was a bit surprising actually to find myself where I was after lap 1. And it started kind of falling down the order a little bit, which wasn't unexpected. And then we got turned around, which I was just really disappointed by. And then just tore up tires trying to scramble to get spots back. It's tough out there. If you wind up backwards, this field's tight enough that you're not going to be able to get those spots back.
Yeah, and obviously you've started a new team in this year with your hound on the car. Is Zoe going to bring you some luck?
Yeah, hopefully, if they can keep from sniffing around at my feet during the races. Yeah.
Yeah, that's always a problem with animals, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Oran Park next time out. Bit of a Marmite track. Some love it, some hate it. What do you think of it?
We're gonna go into Oran Park, just hoping to survive and pick up spots where we can. It's never been a track that I'm particularly good at. I've got Donington and Montreal marked on the calendar, so we're gonna go out there and survive. See what we can pick up, and try and have some fun.
Well, it's a pleasure having you back, mate. It's been a while, but you're back in it. Sam's just accidentally showed a replay of you going backwards.
It's good to be back, shake the cobwebs off. Good to know that my pit strategy is still terrible, so we got some things to work on going forward.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I don't think you've lost that much. So any shout-outs you want to give before we let you go?
I just want to thank you guys for still being here after a couple of years. Racetech for sticking around as the title sponsor. I want to thank Kibble on the nose of the car. I appreciate you guys. Take care.
Excellent. Well, great to have you back, mate, and we'll catch you next time.
All right. Cheers, guys.
Okay, Pete. So, last but not least, it's the Hofmeister himself.
How many Hoffmans are on this call?
Just the one, I think.
Right. Good evening, Andrew. How are you doing?
Yeah, pretty good, thanks. And how are yourselves?
Oh, we're doing okay. We're bouncing in and out of lockdowns in the UK, but we are thoroughly entertained by tonight's racing. Is Christopher not joining us in the chat?
No, I think he got sand in his vagina and buggered off.
Did he not have such a good race in race 2? Then he finished one off last, so I'm guessing not.
Well, he didn't finish last. So, yeah, that's not a bad thing. Oh, look, there he is. He's just shown up.
Okay. Do you want to drag him in as well, Clyde?
Yeah, go on. You can have the comedy duo.
Yeah. So we've now got the whole of family Hoffman. We just need Mandy to make the full set. So between the two, yeah. What happened in the second race, Chris? Okay. And how did you get on in race 1, Andrew? Was that a struggle getting refamiliarised with the car, or have you done a ton of practice anyway?
Yeah, I've done a ton of practice. One good thing is I can launch it. I think I made up, I don't know, about 9 or 10 spots before the first corner. So if I can get everything else right, I'll be set.
Is that just doing the old trick of holding your foot on the brake?
Oh, it's a secret.
It's a secret. So, how did you find your first race of the season, Christopher?
Yeah, interesting.
And did you... sorry, go on.
A bit different than what I'm used to dead oval.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. Well, you can't get much more removed from this, other than the fact that in both classes of those cars, there's hardly any traction. But you can set. Sorry, mate.
I normally race the dirt rally. Normally race the dirt late rally cross through the seasons.
Hopefully, some of that sideways driving will stand you in good stead for finishing these races, because as I remember, I did most of my corners going sideways. And Andrew, what are your hopes for the season for the team?
Just on this track, I was going to ask anyone else whether they saw your shop opposite the pits, the one...
My shop?
Yeah, your shop, Pete's second-hand car parts.
Yeah, most of my cars will be in there in various different states of disarray. You two didn't get away with being completely incident-free anyway, did you? There was plenty of paint traded. We're looking at the side of your car there on the broadcast, and it's lacking in paint on that side. How do you think you'll both fare going into the next race, Oran Park?
I don't mind F1, so the V8 will be a different story.
Right. And Andrew?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see how it all goes. Yeah, see how it all goes and work on it from there. You know, Chris has done pretty well from where he started from. You know, my coaching isn't the best, but yeah, it's got him, you know, a little bit faster, but he'll be right. My pace is good in practice, and yeah, I just got to get it into a race now. So, you know, I'm 1.5 2 seconds up on where I normally am, but Mosport is the one I want. Mosport, watch out, because I'm aiming for a top 3.
Okay, Clyde, are we doing a Deadpool on Andrew Hoffman at Mosport?
We're going to have to, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we'll just pick which part of lap 1 he crashes on. Because he's cursed himself now. Any shout-outs from you two boys before we let you go?
Yeah, yourselves.
Yeah, well, I guess yourselves.
Cool. And PSR, is that your team that you're running exclusively for you? Because you've got some sponsors on there, haven't you?
Yeah, PSR, first of all, yourselves, Racetech. It's great with their backing, Pit Stop Wheels and Tyres, who help us out. Fletcher Jr. is a recording artist So yeah, we get music free from him, which is really cool. All the drivers, and I tell you what, I got to thank Jamie McKnight, People's Champion. Go hard.
Fair enough. He's on the chat at the minute, winding up as many people as he can. So we always appreciate Jamie knocking about and winding up the entire league and the broadcasters and anybody in race control and anybody else he can get in front of. So hopefully we'll get him in one of the interviews at some point and he can share that love with the rest of the world. Thank you very much for the Hoffman household contribution to the racing this weekend. It's been absolutely fantastic. And best of luck for Oran Park, boys.
Thank you.
No worries. Thanks very much and have a safe one.
You too.
So Hoffman Senior and Junior there. Bill, give us a quick race recap.
Well, I don't think the first race of a season could start better than this one. This was absolutely magnificent. It was a heck of a lot of fun to watch. Really edge of the seat type stuff, and I'm not putting anybody on. I'm serious. It was really excellent racing all the way through. Chris Jackson just absolutely wowed everybody, and if he can do that down the road, a lot of people are going to be in trouble coming in second or worse. But it was a lot of fun. Glad I could be here. Hopefully, I can join in and bend a few fenders with these guys during the year. But anyway, that's about all I got to say. It was fun to be here back with you guys again, and looking forward to the next one.
Pete, from you?
I think Bill covered most of it just there. It's a fantastic introduction to this season. It'll be interesting to see how the guys get on in terms of evolving, whether Car 11 can keep on winning, and if anybody's got an answer for him, and whether Richard Allsop gets his fuel abacus out and gives it a bit of a polish and figures it out for next time. Big shout out to some of the races that we saw in there that were racing really fair and really clean, because that's what this league has always been about, clean, fair driving. It seems like the new guys that have come in are in that same vein, and we really appreciate that. So, big shout out to Racetech for backing us again. It's been quite a long time. What you couldn't hear there when I paused was Sam going blah 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 blah. So he's going to get a poke in the eye after this. No need for that at all. And on that note, I'm going to shut up because that's clearly what Sam wants.
Oh, I'm sure I said a quick race recap. Sam, from you.
Yeah, I wasn't about to interrupt Pete. Thanks, Racetech, of course. Thanks very much to Racetech sponsoring the league. And I'm gonna do it quick. I love V8. I'm glad it's back, and I can't wait to do the next one. You know.
Yeah, and for me, I think the guys pretty much covered everything. Just a message to Tony Kloosterman when he watches this back. Your $50 has been PayPal to you for race 2, turn 1. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Enough said. So, coming up in the next 7 days on BSTV, we are back tomorrow with VRA GTCC round 3 from Watkins Glen, some GTE action. Then on Monday night, we're back with the Next Level E Series GT3 Cup. Round 3 from Zandvoort, so some GT3 action. And then just to round the GTs off on Wednesday, we have the GT4 TCR action from the Nürburgring 24-hour green hell. Lots of the drivers are really not looking forward to it. Lots of the drivers are looking forward to it. And Pete's just looking not to get lost. Big thank you to all the drivers. Big thank you to everybody in the chat. We always appreciate that. As usual, make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. and make sure you follow us on our Facebook page. Thanks to Bill, Pete, and Sam for joining me tonight. Thanks to Racetech for sponsoring the series. And it is bloody great to be back. I shall say goodnight, let the guys say goodnight, and then we'll close the broadcast and catch you all again tomorrow. So, good night, everybody.
Night, everybody. See you in a minute for the next race.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for the people that joined us, and it was great fun, and you gotta love it. Hope to see you soon.
Yeah, thanks for watching, boys and girls. Don't forget the Stacy's. See you next time.